Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura RDX, $399 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. I'd like to wish you a happy holiday season and a healthy and prosperous new year from your favorite lawyers at Welt and Rayom.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura Integra, $289 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla, not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2024 Acura ZDX, $299 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt and Rayom can help.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Welcome aboard, baby. It is Thursday. You know where we rock and roll from, and that is Hialeah Park. You got that funkiness going on with the camera again, bro. I don't know what the hell is going on there with that camera, bro. You just bought that camera? Jesus Christ. So what is it? What's YouTube doing? I don't know. I don't know about the sound. Oh, what do you mean? Sound for me sounds good. I don't know. You gotta ask the folks out there about that, man. But anyway, I don't know. I can't figure it out there. What can I tell you? All right. Go ahead. No.
That's the wrong way. You got to go opposite of what you're seeing. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. And a little bit more. 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 There. Okay. That's good enough. That's it. What do you think, Alarmo? You got it? Show them the stuff. There we go. All right. All right. We're good now. We're good now. Think Blue Dodger says he's checking in and he's stoned as hell in Los Angeles and he's smashing the like button. Well, I'm glad you can get stoned and find this and smash it. So that's pretty good. That's talent on your part there. Think Blue Dodgers. Okay. Think about that. That's talent right there. You can get high and still smash the like button. Skills, as they say. Sharon or Jeff in Long Island is in the house. Okay, I'll get to your question in a minute. Not ready to get into any questions right now at the moment, but I appreciate you all out there tuning in as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Smash the hell out of the like button. We got some stuff to talk about. David Furones will join us on the show. So we got stuff to talk about. I saw Cheap Trick last night at the Hard Rock Live. A friend of mine invited me. So I went to go see Cheap Trick. And that was actually really, really, I've seen Cheap Trick like, I don't know, that might have been like my 12th time, 14th time seeing Cheap Trick. I don't know how many times I've seen Cheap Trick. I've seen Cheap Trick a lot since the early 80s. I mean, a lot since the early 80s. Robin Zander lives here in Florida. So that's why you always see them come here to South Florida. So a friend of mine invited me, and I was fortunate to go. And they sounded absolutely fantastic yesterday. Xander still sounds awesome. At 71, that voice was just absolutely powerful. And Rick Nielsen still jamming, you know. Xander's kid actually is in the band, too. He plays the rhythm guitar now. Now Nielsen doesn't just carry the guitar by himself anymore. Now he plays the lead, and he has his Xander's son, Robin Taylor Zander, I think is how his name is. And he sings and everything. So it was cool. It was good. It was good. It was fun. It was fun. I had a good time last night. No opening act or anything. So they came on just after 8 o'clock, and it was beautiful because you were out before 10 o'clock. You were already on the road headed home. You know what I mean? I didn't stay to gamble. My buddy stayed to gamble, but I told him, no, dude, not my thing. Not my thing. Not my thing. But, you know, I gamble. But that I only gamble when I go like on a special trip. If I go to Vegas, then, you know, maybe I'll stop at the craps table and hang out a little bit, or at the blackjack table. Those are the two things that I like to do outside of some sports book stuff. But, yeah, yesterday it was good. Had a good time at the Hard Rock and saw a classic band that is still jamming, dude. In their 70s, it's like watching the Stones, who are in their 80s. You get to do what you love. My buddy asked me yesterday. He goes, "If they could make you a wish, you could be an athlete, or you could be a rock star." And I told him, rock star it's not even close. I'd rather be a rock star than an athlete. And he goes, why? And I go, longer career. You can play into your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You get to do what you love a lot longer. That's the thing about being a professional athlete. You only get to do it for a certain amount of years, and then it's done. And we've watched the athletes that try to hang on too long, and then that becomes like an ugly situation for them. You know what I'm saying? But musicians can play forever, dude. As long as they can physically do it, they can play to packed houses. I mean, yesterday, let me tell you something. I was shocked that Cheap Trick had that many people in that arena last night. When I was invited, I was like, whoa, is that the Hard Rock Live? Cheap Trick? I thought they were kind of past that already, where they could not fill a place like that, and it was like 80% full. I was shocked. I was shocked that they had that many people there, to be quite honest, because I would think that Cheap Trick has to be an opener or has to be paired with somebody to play in that place. So they must have given tickets out to, they must have comped tickets to their high rollers. They must have. They must have been using it that way as a way to fill in and at the same time take care of their high rollers. So kind of a give and take. There has to be something like that. It has to be kind of a loss leader. Supermarkets, they don't make a lot of money on bread, on eggs, and on milk. It's a really low percentage that you mark. Why? Because you get them in the door for the things they need every day: bread, milk, eggs. Okay. And then you get them for bacon, and then you get them for meat, and then you get them for the disinfectant, and then you get them, and those are the things that are marked up more, and that's where they're making more money. There's really not a high, and it's called a loss leader almost, because what it takes to shelve it and refrigerate it and all that other stuff, you end up pretty much breaking even with those kind of products. But they're loss leaders. They're kind of the things that you use to bring people in, and then everything else is where they, that's kind of the way they do it. And I think, I hate to say it, I think Cheap Trick might have been like a loss leader, for Hard Rock, and maybe they use them like in they might have played in probably a bunch of other Hard Rocks, and then they kind of do a deal like that so they can use it for their high rollers too at the same time, and then whoever wants to buy tickets buys tickets. I think there's a little bit of that, I have to say, because knowing the business, being in it, watching it, all that, there has to be a little something to that, what I watched last night, because it was kind of odd to have that many people watching Cheap Trick in 2024. Just saying. I'm just saying. I loved it, but, just being honest. But it was good. It was good. It was really, really good. Enjoyed myself. David Feronis is going to come by. He's going to join us. We got a nice little dip going on in the market. Not a nice one on the stock side. I mean, that there's no dip there. It's up 136 points. It's the reverse, where it was down the other day and Bitcoin was still up. The market is up 136 points. The S&P is up 14. But on the crypto side, we had a nice a beautiful correction down to 96,000. These are the moments where I don't have enough money to buy. These are the moments like, oh man, all right, I could get a little more Polis right now. I could take advantage of that. Hey, Solana is down. Maybe, buy, stake that, all those kind of things. Get a little more. And Bitcoin under 100,000 is a gift. These are the moments that you don't want to be a working stiff. You want to have a bigger bank. But these are the moments also for those of you that have a little extra money on the side. These are the things you take advantage of, dude. Okay. So, all kidding aside, I was able to get a little Bitcoin just recently. Bought a little Bitcoin. Last night, my weekly buy came in on the Swan side, and it got it at 100,400, which was a pretty good price at that moment. Now it's gone down, and I was able to. But this is where you take advantage, and you just stack those sats. Not that I'm a financial advisor. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about more often than not, but it's this is a really, really cool thing. And again, remember how we talked about throughout the Biden era and told you about all the things going on, how while they were against it and the regulations and they tried to, kill it and all that, they were printing like crazy. Remember I told you, right? I told you Trump printed 8 trillion. Biden would either end right under it, at it, or just over, right? So the real number for Trump is 7.8 trillion, almost 8, but 7.8 to be exact. Biden is now at 8.2. And look what happened now. Now there might be a government shutdown because they don't want to pass this bill. So now they don't want to pass the bill, but they want to raise the debt ceiling. Okay, let's not pass this bill, but no. Let's raise the debt ceiling so we can spend more money our way. it doesn't matter which side. They're all going to spend money. It doesn't really matter. And that's why. I mean, it's the biggest sign in the world, So Biden raised the debt ceiling 3 times in his tenure, and Trump did it 4 times. And now Trump's trying to do it before he's even in office. That's badass. You're trying to raise the debt ceiling before you're even in office. That is awesome. So, as they print more money and do all that, one thing gets devalued, one thing gains monster value. By the way, this is now my favorite Bitcoin hat. It is a effing badass hat. I don't know what the word is out there. Embroidered and everything, obviously. But I saw this hat and I said, I gotta have it, bro. I gotta have it. There's nothing more American than Bitcoin. It's real freedom. And that's what we're supposed to be about. We're supposed to be about having freedom. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so just amazing stuff. And, good luck to all of you. Do your own homework and take advantage of whatever you can take advantage, because guaranteed up above, they're going to take advantage of all of us. So we not the big guy up above. I'm talking about like the people above us, government wise and all that. So just in case, somebody might take. Hey, that guy thinks
get canceled.
Yeah, the guy thinks God's going to steal from us. Yeah, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need that. Anyway, so just fun stuff, man. Good times. Good times. That's all. It's volatility is opportunity. We're at 95860. Wow. That is awesome. Dude, I got I don't know that it's like a really company I've never heard of in my life. I was really nervous about even sending them money, to be quite honest. But it's Jack Mallers is the CEO of Strike, which is the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Okay. And if you put Jack Mallers Bitcoin hat, it might come up. Jack Mallers, Mallers, young guy, genius, by the way, young and super rich. Yeah, ERS, Jack Mallers Bitcoin hat, and see what comes up. And it might be that company. I got to find my receipt from my email account, and then I can tell you the company that I got it from. Yeah, there might be, but I would have to find it for you, and then see if I can get the name of the company, because they have because they'll get the B in those. Which is that's perfect for you, the camouflage one. I know that if I can find the damn what's it called, receipt, it'll have the name of the company, and I'll try to see if I can find it here in the next day or something. But yeah, there you go. So I'll try to find it for you, man. I'll try to find it for you. If I can, I'll try, man. Okay. I know I have it somewhere here, but I just gotta find it. My bad. So, but I'll figure it out. Anyway, but it is a badass hat. By the way, be ready to pay. It's not cheap. Okay. It's not cheap. It's like $45, I think, or $50, the hat. So it's not a cheap hat, but it's a freaking nice ass hat. Okay. Nice ass hat. So I had to get it because I'm a I gotta spread the word and educate as many people as possible about this, because if not, everybody's gonna get screwed. So anyway, let's see. I'm seeing Usher tonight at the AAA. Usher, nice. Enjoy. What? I don't know how many shows he has. Your daughter went Monday night? Wow. So then he sold out like 3 shows there from Monday to Thursday. I would imagine he's either performed 2 or 3 times. If she went Monday, unless he went from Monday to Thursday. Wow, that's a long time off. Okay. Yeah, but these are all rescheduled probably. That's probably what it is. I'm not sure how many concerts he had here. So anyway, John Padilla says checking in from the Bay Area of California. Skylar Tipton in, Brian Landis, Lisa Rose, Josh, Haktua girl getting, I don't think she should get sued. If you were stupid enough to buy a Haktua digital coin, then you're an idiot, dude. You get what you deserve. You want to buy a meme coin that has no utility whatsoever, that's up to you, dude. You're buying a coin from a piece of ass. That's all it is. Like, she brings nothing to the table. God bless her. She's going to lose all her money from her 15 minutes of fame now. She's going to be tied up in lawsuits and all that kind of stuff. And why would you want to get involved in any of that, dude? Yeah, a Burger King. Oh, Bitcoin King. I like it. I like it with the Burger King logo. Yeah. They've gotten creative with it. They have, no doubt. Yeah. So poor girl, man. I would have the second, if I would have been her friend, and since I know about a little bit about this business now, I would have told her stay away from that. Now if Avalanche wants to sponsor you, do it. Solana, do it. Chainlink wants to sponsor, but don't go be part of a shit coin. There's a lot of shit coins out there. Why are you going to do that? You know what I mean? Those of us that follow this, we know what real utility is. We know what XRP is going to do. We know exactly what XLM is going to do. We know exactly. We follow the business model. We see the partnerships. We see everything that is developing. It's different. A Pepe coin is nothing. Dog with hat, Doge. There's nothing involved with any of that. There are no real companies involved. There are no real partnerships involved. Nothing whatsoever. Doge has only survived simply from Musk, and that's it. And that's all. It's just like an empty bubble. None of that is substance. They're not chain linked, that it's an oracle that every company needs to use to move their information from one place to another, from one business to another, from one website to another, one transaction to another. You are going to be using Chainlink. There's a reason, a rhyme and a reason for everything. And I feel bad for the Haktua girl to a certain extent because, it was pure greed and money. And she probably got, $70,000 for it. Meanwhile, the guys that did all the real work and all that, they probably walked away with millions. Complete rug pull. It's not decentralized. That's centralized. That's exactly opposite of what we're investing in. We invest in decentralized products. That was so centralized, it's not even funny. Again, it's a lack of understanding of what you're investing in or whatever. So, so I feel bad for her. You know what I mean? Because she had her 15 minutes of fame, and you have an opportunity there, and she milked it, boy, and she was doing really good up until this point here. That was not what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like one of you guys said it the other day, oh, you should create your own coin. And I was like, no, dude, I have no utility. I have nothing. There's no use for it. You know what I mean? So it's Canesware could have a coin. You could get like every purchase. You could get certain credit for certain crypto Canesware coins. And then as you make purchases, you accumulate a certain amount of coins, which then leads to a free purchase of something. You know, you could do shit like that. That's the way for a place like Canesware to do it. I have no utility for it. You know what I'm saying? I can create something merchandise-wise for, let's say, Canesware to do it. You know, on a lower level, which is great for them, but it's not really something that it's a coin you invest in that's going to go up in money because it's a business that's going to grow. No, that's not the case here. You know, and that's the sad part about all of this. There's so much misinformation and people misleading, and it's a shame, man. It's a shame. It really is. So let's see. The bird is the word. Oh, you know it, Brian. Ray says, howdy, oh. By the way, Ray, my wife loves the sweater that you know, the Beatles sweater that you gave us. It was Ray, right? It was Ray grew young, right? Yeah, right. I want to make sure I'm not getting confused. It is you, Ray, that gave us the sweaters. It might be my wife's favorite sweater of all time, dude. Okay? Like, she goes out with it all the time. It's really comfortable. So thank you very much. So think about you all the time, dude, because I've worn it a couple times, but my wife abuses it. I think it gets up and it pokes my wife and hey, put me on, let's go. I think it's got a life of itself now at this point. No, but seriously, like we go to a movie or we go somewhere where it might be a little cool. Boom, Beatles. Guaranteed. She loves that freaking sweater. So thank you, my brother. How did Cheap Trick sound? The drummer is the son of Bunny Carlos. Yeah, I don't think so. I think he has a different name, unless Bunny Carlos's name is not real. But the guy didn't look like Bunny Carlos. I don't think so. But you know what? I might be wrong there. Now, definitely Robin Zander's kid is the rhythm guitarist. Look, in the end, Robin sounded freaking great, dude. Super powerful, the voice. Go to my Twitter or Instagram page, and I have I Want You and Surrender, so you can hear his voice. Yes. Zach Nielsen. Oh, Dax Nielsen. Oh, so it's it's Rick Nielsen's kid. Aha. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so it's
the son of the lead singer, Rick
That's
Nielsen.
what it is. You got it confused. It's the guitarist's son is the drummer. That's why I was saying he didn't look like him. He didn't look like Bunny Carlos. And then he doesn't look like Rick.
What happened was, I guess he started filling in for Bunny Carlos.
Yeah, Bunny Carlos
then he
retired.
became the permanent member.
Yeah. Bunny Carlos. Anybody that knows, Bunny Carlos had a cigarette in his mouth the entire show. Didn't matter. Every time you saw him, he had a cigarette in his mouth. Lit cigarette, by the way, in his mouth. Constantly. Chain smoking, drumming, Bunny Carlos. Let's see. Fins are more volatile than Bitcoin or the stock market short term. Yes, that's right. You saw my post, didn't you? I put that on Twitter. Dolphins open on Monday, -2.5. Tuesday, -1.5. Wednesday, -1. Today on Thursday, they are now +1.5. Now the Niners are favored by 1. I'm sorry, by 1, not 1.5, by 1. It'll be 1.5 tomorrow. Anyway, so I tweeted out, I put that all on there, and I said the Dolphins are more volatile than Bitcoin. So, Ty in the Bronx, happy Thursday to you, sir. Cosa Nostra. So, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about this, since we might as well, we're a few minutes into the show, kind of settled in a little bit. Tua shows up now on the injury report with the hip injury. And you heard him, was it yesterday that he addressed the media or the day before? No, it had to have been yesterday because yesterday was Wednesday. Tuesday, they're off. So yesterday he talked about how, he's got to stay away from those hits, right? And now guess what comes out? The hip injury. And guess where he took hits in that game? Side of the body. Tua's a dumbass. And I keep saying it. He thinks he's a football player. He's not a football player. Nobody tells him that. At least Marino knew he wasn't a football player. Drew Brees knew he wasn't a football player. Thank God. Tom Brady knew he wasn't a football player. They weren't going to do anything athletic. They were passers, and that's it. This idiot doesn't figure it out. So, like I told you, I love the kid as a player. I think he can get you to a Super Bowl, win multiple Super Bowls. But you better have the right team around him. You better know how to design it. But it doesn't help that he does stupid things on his own where you cannot trust him. And as I've been saying for a while now, you no longer can trust Tua. And it's not because I don't trust him as a player, as a passer. I don't trust his decision making. It's irresponsible. He doesn't give a shit. And he repeats it over and over and over again because that's how he plays. He's got that Tongan toughness, Samoans, and 99% of those people you've ever run into on a football field, they are tough sons of bitches. And I see the problem. While Tua's body is brittle, nothing about him acts brittle. He's as tough as they come. He's as fearless as they come. He is my Yorkie. Okay? My Yorkie will do stupid things, and then sometimes he'll go up to the big dog, and then the big dog will swat him aside, and the Yorkie will be limping for a week. And it's like, yo, dumbass, see that dog? It's 800 times your size. You're not going to do anything to him. So drop the attitude. And he's lucky that Maiden is she doesn't take it out on him at all. But there are times that he gets caught up there in the mix, and he'll get stomped or something, and he'll get hurt in the process. Nothing done on purpose, but again, know your place. You know what I'm saying? And my Yorkie doesn't know, like it never happens to Ollie because Ollie doesn't do that kind of stuff. He knows his place. Tua doesn't know his place. Marino threw an interception. He's not chasing anybody, bro. He's not trying to tackle anybody. He's not trying to take on tacklers. And neither was Drew Brees or Tom Brady. None of those guys did that shit. The only thing that you could do with Tom that they don't do here is the quarterback sneak. Okay, that was something that, okay, well, whatever, but I don't care about that. That's the part. And so now comes the hip injury. And I don't know, did they sit there in the building and sit down with Tua and say, so you got a hip injury. Where do you think that came from, Tua? Well, coach, no, Tua, no, I don't know. I don't know, bro. All I know is we need you to pass the ball. We don't need you to run. We need you to give up on the play. Like most quarterbacks. You're not Josh Allen. That's not who you are, dude. You've never been that guy. You're not Lamar Jackson. Those people have to run in order to be effective. You don't. The more you run, the more ineffective you are because your body will get injured and then you can't pass the way you want to pass, or you'll be injured and you'll be out and you'll completely hurt your team. Do you not understand that? And he doesn't. And he refuses. And this is just another example of plain stupidity by Tua on the football field. That's it, bro. It's simple. It's plain stupidity. That's all. There are no excuses. There's no way to explain it. There's no way to dance around it. Oh, well, he's got to try to do this. Oh, he's in the heat of the... No, dude, I don't want to hear about that. How many times do you have to prove that your body can't take that punishment at all? You should not run. You should not take any hits whatsoever. Play the game clean, dude. So all of this is because Tua continues to be a dumbass. It's pretty simple. And nobody in the building apparently sits down and says, hey, so let me ask you something. What are you accomplishing taking all these hits and missing these games? Explain to me. I'm trying to figure out what are you doing because you're hurting all of us. Because you have to now start to, you need to spin it to him, and you have to make sure you tell him how selfish he is. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently at home, they don't tell him enough about it. In the building, they don't tell him enough about it. So nobody's telling him enough about it. Because he ain't listening to anybody. Doesn't listen to his family, probably. Doesn't listen to his friends. Probably doesn't listen to his agent. Doesn't listen to Mike McDaniel. Doesn't listen to Chris Greer. I'm sure doesn't listen to anybody else in the building. That's what, I mean, the results speak. Everything says it there. He continues to do it over and over and over again. So apparently, nobody can reach him. / he doesn't give a shit what you have to say. Wife, father, kids are probably too young to say anything. Brother, friend, agent, front office, coaches, teammates. He doesn't give a shit what any of you say. Fans, he doesn't give a shit what any of you say. He continues to do the wrong thing because he thinks it's the right thing. Isn't the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results? Tua is the definition of insanity, and he doesn't figure it out. So, like I told you, you have no future with Tua simply because of that. He can play, but there's factors that are involved here. Okay, one, the organization and the coaching staff, they don't know how to build around him. That's a huge problem. And then two, obviously, Tua doesn't know how to take care of himself. So if you can't fix those equations, the other one doesn't matter. So you'll have some success in spite of the inadequacies. You'll have some success in spite of your stupidity. But in the end, you will not be successful because you have too many roadblocks in the way. So and by the way, nobody survives here. Nobody survives like this at all. It's just stupid. You'll just be hitting your head against the wall. You'll be Gus Ferrating it over and over and over again is what will happen. Do want to remind you folks, R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. There he is, Ray, man. Ray and Mike, they know how to get it done. 305-345-3649. They do it all here in South Florida for your home, your condo, your business, complete remodel, kitchen upgrades. Go to their Instagram page, RMC Fisher Island. You want to check that thing out. You can see a lot of their work. Great work, top notch. You want stuff so you can look phenomenal. Okay, you call Ray and Mike at R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall, maintenance, stucco repairs, interior, exterior paint, drywall, level 5 finish, 305-345-3649. That is the owner's personal cell number. Call Ray and tell him that Big O sent you. R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And the great Alan Blanco, yes, sir, custom printing and embroidery for your business, your club, your corporation, your school. Call my guy, Alan Blanco. They'll get it done. 786-618-1443. Panthers pound the Wild last night. That was good. 6-1. They end the road trip 3-2, so that's good. Long-ass road trip all over the place. Kachuk with 2 goals. Ekblad had a goal and 2 assists. Bob had 26 saves. Bro, no breaks after this West Coast swing. Like, they're back at it tomorrow against the Blues at 7 o'clock. Like
got that
hockey.
The holidays come up. They have the
hockey, bro.
Yeah, they have those outdoor games during that time. So
we're getting one here.
Yeah, they want to spotlight those games so they don't have the other teams play.
Jesus, dude, bro. Basketball ain't got shit on hockey, dude. Ain't got shit on hockey. Anyway, Heat are back in action Friday night against the Thunder, 8 o'clock for that tip. 8:15 tonight, we got a little football. All right, so no Panthers, no Heat. So Denver taking on the Chargers. 8:15 is the kickoff. Chargers are favored by 2.5. The over and unders 41. Denver plus 120 on the money line. The Chargers are minus 142 on the money line. All right. And, by the way, Iowa will retire the jersey of Caitlin Clark. She'll be the 3rd member of Iowa's school to have her jersey retired there. It's pretty cool. You know, they're doing it on the 22nd game of the season for number 22. So, good shit there. By the way, tickets, they're only going for $700+. Lowest ticket price to buy that, to be there, to see her jersey lifted to the rafters for Iowa women's basketball, no less than $700. I have, they are taking on USC. February 2nd, USC. I have the note here. I forgot. I actually prepare. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right.
Be different. They're taking on like a UConn or something. USC still $700.
Right.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah, because it's not about the opponent. They could be taking on the Savannah Bananas. Oh no, and then it'll be 7,000. It'll be 7,000. So that
they draw.
I misspoke there. That was wrong on my part.
They can take on the Miami Marlins.
Yeah. God, they can outdraw the Marlins. 1 month is the Marlins attendance for a whole year. Oh, man. Too funny. So, yeah, that's what's going on with Tua and the hip injury. Plain stupidity, man. It's frustrating. Really is frustrating, I got to tell you. It's as frustrating as it gets, to be quite honest. I was trying to see if I can, while I'm on the show, I look down to see, and I go searching through my email for a second, see if I can find the email of the cap that I bought for you guys. I'm so sorry. I'll figure it out. I'll try to figure it out. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. And thank you to Hateful Steve on Venmo. Says, I'm actually over Tua. His contract is juicy for a trade after 2026 when they fail next year. A new coach GM will come with the goal of using him to groom a younger guy, then trade Tua for whatever picks he's worth. I'm confident he's gone or in assisted living by 2027. Well, he got the assisted living part right if he continues this way. He's right about that. I mean, it's really going to be hard for if you're going to keep this dude here at head coach. It's going to be really hard, anyways. Ray Martinez, thank you, sir, for the love on Venmo. He says, "Happy Christmas crypto gift, awesome dip." Amen to that, dude. A freaking men to that. I am with you 100%. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation also at the same time. And you can also send it in by PayPal. Use the QR codes there too. There you go. By the way, on Cash App, thank you, sir. Matthew Toffler sending in a little Bitcoin love. Appreciate you, sir, on Cash App. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Says, monologue of the year, what you did for the Finns, to the Finns for us. Oh, yes. Yes. I've been getting quite a response for that rant, by the way. Fans have been reaching out to me on social media, on the different platforms, and DMing me and thanking me all in all kinds of ways for and Matthew did it with Bitcoin, which so far that was the first thank you in Bitcoin, so that was pretty special, by the way. Thank you for the rant for you fans and the Dolphins. It's there. Sean made a I'm sure it's on audio, and then there's a video because I put it on on all our social media platforms if you want to check it out. But yeah, it was one of those that wasn't even planned. It's just one of those where I just go off, and there's a lot of truth there, unfortunately. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. It's all truth there, unfortunately. All truth. So Isaiah Wynn, by the way, could start for the Dolphins on Sunday versus San Francisco. Patrick Paul will get another start. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, it's hard to get excited about Isaiah Wynn because the only way you could get excited about Isaiah Wynn is if he goes out and plays for an entire season without an injury. Then you could get excited. He played 7 games for you and played well, but then has been gone till right now. And that's not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? So even if he plays well for 3 games, it means nothing. How screwed up is that? Think about that. Patrick Paul plays well for 3 games. How do you feel? Right?
Fired up.
I'm sorry, 4 games because he just got 1 already.
Yeah, so fired up.
Right? I'll be super fired up. You'll be fired. Listen, I'm not fired up about bringing McDaniel back next year at all. Okay? To me, it's super depressing. But like I told you, I'm still a Dolphins fan, so I'm going to go for the individual stuff. So if Patrick Paul plays 3 more games and plays well, I get excited for that for next year. But Isaiah Wynn, you're playing him because you're still not satisfied with the guy that was doing the left guard spot from the beginning of the year, and Robert Jones, who is probably proven to be a solid backup for you, is what it is. Not really a good starter or a great starter or phenomenal starter or all-pro starter or Pro Bowl starter. He's none of those. I'm telling you, the draft has got to be about fat guys. Interior, on O-line, and on D-line. That's what it's got to be. You hope to bring back Kendall Lamb next year. You get Keon back. So now you've got your both swing tackles along with your starting tackles as you get Jackson and you have Paul. So you're set. So now you go get a guard in the draft. You have your center. So you go get a guard in the draft and you get a defensive tackle in the draft. Kind of makes sense, right? You have your pass rushers. Next year you have Chop, you'll have Phillips, and you'll have Chubb. So you'll have your pass rushers. And then whatever Kamara does as a 4th guy is a bonus. So you have your outside pass rushers, you'll have your tackles, It's about fat guys next year. So it's about the fat boys. That's it. The only problem is they're coached by the disorderlies. You got to like that. You got to like that. You got to like that. Huh? Huh? The draft is about the fat boys, but they're coached by the disorderlies. Come on. Come on. Where are you going to get that? You're not going to get that anywhere. Da-dunk. I needed that. I needed a rim shot and everything with that. I mean, all right. Let's see. Afternoon, Big O. Did Tua show up on the injury report? Yes, sir. He's got a hip injury. I wonder why. You may want to rewind. Huh? Yeah, Skyler might start.
Is that why San Francisco goes to +1? Skyler?
That's it. That's it. Actually, you misunderstood. It's +1 every 5 minutes. It multiplies as the game goes on. By the end of the game,
37.
Yeah, So, anyway. Oh, I'm going to Orlando to spend Christmas next week, and I'm going to catch the Heat versus the Magic at the Amway Center. Nice. The only thing that will disappear is a performance from the Heat. Yeah. Big O, now's the time to buy. Amen, bro. Amen. And there's some really good ones on the alt side. Yes, sir.
I find it odd. They're telling you to buy.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh, Lordy. Big O, what do you think about Shiba Inu? I made a lot of money 3 years ago. Now, there's nothing. The interesting part about Shiba, they built out their blockchain. They built out, they have NFTs. They are ready for DeFi. They have their own swap. They have their own, swap platform and everything where you can swap any kind of coin and stuff like that. And yet, no business. So that's my problem. The TVL, the business is not there. The metaverse hasn't exploded. So, if any of that would take shape, then maybe you've got, because they're doing things that Dog with Hat is not doing. Doge can't even do. Doge doesn't even have the technology to build on that. Doge would have to be successful enough to then put a layer 2 on it to then be able to do it because they're old technology. All right, now I'm going a little deeper than I need to go for all of this, but my point is I'd rather put my money in H-bar than I would in SHIB. That doesn't make any sense to me, to be quite honest. So I'm not a meme guy. I did it once with SHIB, and I made my money when it went 15x, and I got the hell out. And that's it, dude. So I go with stuff that has real utility. Ray says, I saw the video in your Twitter feed. Thanks. Rick Nielsen, kid, gotcha. Yes. They were good, man. They were really, really good. If you get to see them, go see them. They're really, really fantastic. Edward Thurston House says, saw Cheap Trick, Journey, and Def Leppard back in July in Orlando. Great concert. By the way, Rick Nielsen trashed Journey last night. It's great to be back on the road. We've had these 2 tours canceled. I won't say why. Journey. 2 stinking brats. And he's talking about Neil Sean and the keyboardist because they both have, one's left, one's right, and they both clash and they hate each other. And that Arnel Pineda flies on a separate plane from the band. I mean, it's just like Journey's a mess, dude. It's like an utter mess, Valerie, the bassist, went behind he got thrown out of the band because he went behind Neil Sean's back to try to steal the name Journey and the rights. And it's just, it's a soap opera, that band. That band is a soap opera. And Rick Nielsen ripped them last night a new ass. That was great. That was funny as hell. And Rick sounds like a 75-year-old man now. Okay? He really sounds like a 70. Now he sounds in the Dream Police. You know, I'm wide awake. They won't leave me alone. Yeah. Now it's not a character anymore. Now he sounds like that normally. You know, it's funny. It was good. It was good yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Joseph, hello to you, sir. Alexa says basketball is soft now. Can't wear jock straps next to the NHL. Yeah, basketball's a joke. Let's see. Dolphin Dave says, I think the Dolphins will do fine. They have to draft with O-line and D-line. Yes, sir. They got it. That's where they needed to start dominating. Jamesville understands what a beautiful dip is, and we have one. The Dolphins need to get out and get Brandon Scherf. That guy is a mean workout machine. Ty in the Bronx, we love you, sir. Thank you for the super chat. Big O, seriously, Thompson, wow, shaking my head. He's coming. He's coming for your heart. Jonathan Kane, thank you, Dolphin. Thank you, sir. Jonathan Kane and Neil Sean, those two are at their throats, bro. Constantly. How much were the tickets, Big O? They were free. They were free. Free for me. Somebody invited me. So I went. You know, you invite me to a concert and I don't have tickets or I didn't plan on going, but I like the band. There's a good chance I'm going to go, bro. I love music. Can't get enough of music, dude. When I get in the car, I'll be jamming all the way home, dude. I was jamming all the way here. You know, so music, it's one of my ultimate passions. So I've seen Cheap Trick, I don't know, 10, 12, 14 times. I don't know what this number was, to be quite honest. I don't know the number. It's so many times I've seen him over the years since the 80s. But I wasn't going. And so a friend of mine had an extra ticket and he called me and he goes, hey, dude, you want to come to Cheap Trick? And I said, hails to the yeah. And I told the wife, hey, I'm going to go to Cheap Trick. She goes, go for it. She knows. She knows the deal. She's been with me for 40 years. She knows. So, you know, all good in the hood. So it didn't cost me a dime. I have no idea. I would be lying to you if I told you any price, my brother. I have no idea what the tickets were. So I apologize for that, sir. I am just super blessed that a friend of mine thought of me and I was able to go, to be quite honest. And as I've told you guys, the last couple of years here, I haven't been going to nearly as many concerts because I've been saving instead, investing instead. Down the line, I'll go back to getting on and going to a bunch of concerts. But for now, take a little step back. But if somebody invites me and, you know, hell yeah, I'll go see him. Big O, did you ever see the Moody Blues? Yes, I did. I saw the Moody Blues a couple times years ago. But yeah, seen the Moody Blues. Music heals the soul. It is. It's cathartic. You know, I walk away from a U2 concert like just, you know, feeling different. It's just awesome. So yeah, when I get to go see a band that I love, yeah, no doubt. I went to go see The Fix the other day, and it's one of my favorite bands of all time. And and to this day, I love their music. Okay. Lonely as a Lighthouse from their last album. That album has actually several songs in it, you know, and the writing is still phenomenal. The band's been together. And when I walk out of a Fix concert, I'm happy as hell. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the beauty of music compared to sports. You can come out of a sporting event happy. You can also come out of it absolutely depressed and mad and all kinds of stuff. And think about it. the feeling I've had for the Dolphins every season, pretty much disappointment at the end of every season, right? I've never been disappointed in any U2 year, in any U2 album, in any U2 tour. I've never been disappointed when I go to see Iron Maiden. I never was disappointed when I went to see Van Halen. You know what I mean? It's like I can't, you know? It's awesome. Unless you happen to run into an artist when, you know, they're done and you didn't know, and oh my God, I just realized this person can't sing anymore. That's happened to me a couple times. You know, maybe a handful of times in 12, 13, 1,400 concerts that I've been to. So very few times. New Order pissed me off once at the James L. Knight Center. I must have paid, back then, was money. I must have paid like $45, $50 for the tickets. Again, money's so devalued nowadays, $45, $50 is nothing. But in 1987, 88 or whatever it was, that's a hell of a price to pay for a ticket in those days. Sons of bitches played 50 minutes at the James O. Knight Center, and I've been mother effing them to this day. To this day, I've been mother effing them. Okay, so there are a few times that I'm going to have the feeling of being at a Dolphins game or season, but it's going to be rare. It's going to be rare. So yeah, music is the best. Nothing better than music. Oscar Rojas says, smashing it. Thank you, sir. He's in Melbourne. Appreciate you. Robert T. Tommy Mayer. Last show I saw was Deep Purple in September. Nice. Nice. Pat in Asheville. I can't stop thinking about the U2 shows at the Sphere, right? Right? Because and you and I went together to some of them. So the thing about that is we had the visuals like we've never had before. You know what I mean? And being on the floor, woo, doggy, way better than being in the 200 level where I was for the first concert. Way better. I'd rather be on the floor. Oh my God. And Pat, when we stood on the side the first night, remember? And then the second night we moved to the middle. And that was the best one. And that's I'm always going to remember that about the Sphere is get the floor and be in the middle right in front. Because the side was awesome because we were really close. So we were able to see a lot of the stuff up close because Pat and I are kind of geeky about all that shit. But then from the back and the floor in the middle, ooh, doggy, you really get the whole thing, the sound, the visuals, everything. It was perfect. It was perfect. I'd go back to see U2 at the Sphere in a heartbeat. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that one. Let's see. Big O, you were saved by zero. Yes, I was. I was saved by zero. That's how if you go see Cy Curran, saved by zero. And he always does that. What else? Big O, I hear P. Diddy is giving free concerts in the shower now. Yeah, there you go. Probably golden showers too. What else do we have? I got jokes everywhere. Brett says music is truly universal language. Remarkably, even pronounced accents of singers is softened and often disappears when they sing their songs. Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. What is your Christmas week schedule? Family, my brother. Steven, just be around my daughter, be around my wife, my dogs, and that's it. And appreciate that I have Sean in my life and that I get to work with him every day. That's it, dude. That's it. Do some shows and be blessed that we have a job and then we're able to do this every day and do what we love. Because Sean obviously loves this, and so do I. And, we do our best to keep this alive. So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Let's see. I paid $55 just to park my car at the Cheap Trick Journey concert. What a ripoff. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's just, $18 a beer. Wow. Yeah. Big O, have you seen the Monkees? From what I've heard, they have influenced the Beatles exponentially. We have one left. We have one monkey left. And I think he still does some touring, by the way. Yeah, he's bouncing on the bed. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I still think so. I do love Train Out of Clarksville. Oh, that is Last Train Out of Clarksville. Man, I love that song. I can hear that song. It's like listening to last night, Cheap Trick. Surrender is one of my, the Cheap Trick's not one of my favorite bands of all time. I love them, but Surrender is a song that just I gravitate to. It's uplifting. I have so many memories of that song. You know what I'm saying? And so when mommy's all right, daddy's all right, they just seem a little weird. It's just, there are things like that that just move you, and that's one of them, dude. That's one of them. Have you ever seen what is it? Oh, yeah, South Florida Don. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, what else do we have going on in the world of sports? Did you hear about the Jets? How they prepare for the draft and trades and stuff like that. Did you hear about that, Sean? Huh?
I have not heard, but I've seen what happened, so I can imagine.
Well, let's fill you in on how they prepare, because I've got a little extra insight on that. Sometimes we try to give you a little extra insight on certain things. And I told this extra insight story in the past. Maybe, I don't know if he's heard it, because he's been with me long enough. Maybe I've told the story at one point. You can nod your head if you remember hearing it. The Jets, by the way, were one of the teams that were linked to Jerry Jeudy. The receiver was traded to the Cleveland Browns during the offseason, but Jets owner Woody Johnson reportedly nixed the deal. According to a story published on Thursday by Zach Rosenblatt, Diana Rossini, and Mike Silver of The Athletic, Johnson did not want the Jets to acquire Jeudy from the Denver Broncos because the 77-year-old was unimpressed with Judy's player rating in the Madden NFL video game. Johnson reportedly felt Judy's Madden rating was not high enough to justify the asking price in the trade. Apparently, that was not the first time Johnson's Madden ratings were into consideration. Sources told The Athletic that Johnson's teenage sons, Brick and Jack, you named your kid Brick, influenced their father's decisions and are the ones who kept Woody in the Madden loop. You got to know exactly what the Madden rating is. I mean, Yeah, exactly. Johnson is also said to have been skeptical about signing free agent guard John Simpson because Simpson's poor awareness rating in the video game. Okay. Story highlights several other ways in which Johnson has allegedly allowed his sons to contribute to the dysfunction. On one Jets drive, Brick and Jack reportedly have access to the Jets locker room and have been heard talking negatively about players. Former general manager Joe Douglas made a comment last offseason about how he has to answer to teenagers. Jeudy has been one of the lone bright spots for the Browns this season. He has 70 catches for 1,052 yards.
Next year's Madden rating will grow up, and they'll try to get him.
A previous report claimed Douglas wanted to trade for Jeudy, but Johnson stepped in, though no specific reason was given at that time. Now, I have a lot of friends in the scouting and front office world on different teams over the years. Okay. One guy, he's retired now, actually. Yes, he's retired now. This is an old story. So he is the general manager is sitting in a window seat in an airplane. And this said scout gets on the plane and is apparently headed to the same destination that this said general manager is going to. And so as he's walking by, he glances and he sees him. The guy doesn't see him, but he notices that this is a professional general manager and he is reading a fantasy football magazine. That general manager used to work for the Miami Dolphins. Before, he used to work for the New York Jets. Now, he's been hired to consult the New York Jets. And yes, his name is Mike Tenenbaum. Did I ever tell that story about him? Yeah, I have. Okay, he nodded, yes. He remembers now. So, I mean, I don't know, some of you may... This was one of the many reasons, like I would tell people, like Channing Crowder was one of them. I remember back in the day. It's like, oh, no, come on, give him a chance. No, I'm not, bro. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no idea, But I get it, I just don't. I just don't play the fan game. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I don't bullshit, and I don't play. Oh, well, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings from the get-go. You know what I mean? That's not who I am. I'll hurt your feelings from the get-go. They hired Joe Philbin. I said, that thing is going to be a disaster from the get-go. Then I never gave Joe Philbin a chance. Why? Because unlike some people, I knew 3 different people in the building in Green Bay. And a couple of them told me, well, why didn't they go after Tom Clements, even though he doesn't have a great personality, but he's the one that develops our quarterbacks. And they still were knocking him. It's like, he's kind of an ogre, and not really a great person, but he's the real football coach. But again, I think that's why Tom Clements didn't get the job, because I guess people didn't think his personality would be the thing that would shine and connect with people. He's the kind of guy you can hide it because he's not the boss. So you can tolerate it a little bit.
Are you ready for this one, O?
Just funny. The Jets are funny. Yes, sir.
Breaking.
Oh.
The New England Revolution have acquired Leo Campana from Inter Miami for $2 million GAM.
Wow. Yeah. That's why Chris Henderson's in Atlanta. That's why Chris Henderson's in Atlanta. You guys want to do what? So so we're going all in for this, and we're not going to have a future, and we're not going to have a score when Messi, he is old, he gets injured, he plays all these international matches, and oh, wow. Man. I mean, it's nice to have all the money, but it really, let's be honest, okay? I like the Moss family, and I appreciate them, half-ass trying the onside thing with us and all that, and it was a disaster. But it's nice to have money, but there is no rhyme or reason to what they do. There's no skill in getting Messi and Suarez. It's just throwing money. There's no skill in that. Finding Campana is skill, and Calendar is skill, and Kremoski, and then starting to build the youth. This whole star thing, is that all you're going to do? So then when they get old and they're no good in another year, you're just going to find new ones? Is that what you're going to do? Is that how it is? A transient team for a transient South Florida? Okay. Maybe you should be called the Inter Miami Transients. I don't know. It just, wow. Traded Leo Campana. Just, yeah. Yeah, New England's in the East. Yeah. 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 All right. Well, I hope they win this year because they couldn't even get out of the first round. All right. Anyway, let's see. When I woke up, mom and dad were rolling on the couch. Yes. Stephen Baker, Jets prepared by Consulting Greer. There you go. Pat in Asheville. I got to meet Dan Marino this week at a business meeting and tell him that I've only missed one Dolphin game in the last 28 years. Been a great week so far. Nice job. Nice job. I saw the pictures. Saw you and your bro. Also, your bro's a big football guy too. Let's see what else. What else do we have here? Ray Grullon just wants to remind you that Tannenbaum sucks. So does South Florida. So is South Florida Don. He's laughing at Tannenbaum. Thomas says Tannehill, one of the best QBs in Dolphin history. Oh man, there goes another South Florida soccer club. Bye-bye. This is sad, not Campana. I'm so sad. I know. I don't doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me, dude. Whatever. You know. Wow. I mean, you flopped this year badly. Badly. Let's get into something else here before my man David Furones gets here. They're talking about some stuff now, and I watched, the video that's going around now, and I think CK Parrott or something is the guy's name, that he puts out the Tua video that he talks about all the what he has to call before a play and the fronts and all that kind of stuff. Did you see that stuff? And okay, let me explain something to you guys out there that's going on. And they were all great points there and everything else. The problem, the biggest mistake that Mike McDaniel has ever made, and it ruins everything that you do, is not running the ball. That's it, dude. If you don't run the ball, then you've got defenses that are going to create shells for you. But you break that shell if you can run. And you run with authority. And you run constantly. The attitude should be, and you should have players that have the same attitude and want to do this with the same kind of conviction. You run first. You run again. You run again. And then you pass. And then you run again. And you run again. And you run again. And you pound the shit out of people. And you pound them into submission that they expect the run. And that's when you get to do whatever you want in the passing game. But if you become purely predictable in the passing game, it becomes easier to defend you. And that's not the kind of quarterback you have either. So you have to be intelligent in the way you construct a team, the way you coach the team, so that way your players can excel. But it's really, the problem is we have gotten too much deep into Madden and other things with football, and we're like, well, it's cover 2, it's cover 3, and oh, well, it's 12 personnel, it's 22 personnel. And we want to get all technical because we want to show people that we know what it means when one lineup has 2 tight ends or whatever it is that you're doing on defense with the safety coverage and all that. And, hey, I want to show you that I understand this. None of that means anything. Okay? It all comes down to a very simplistic thing that continues to bring the Miami Dolphins down. They don't run the ball. And they haven't run the ball for 40 years. Okay? They've had moments. There's a moment where you have Ricky Williams for 2 years, but you don't have the quarterback. So unfortunately, you couldn't play off the time you actually could run the ball. There's a season and a half with Lamar Smith. There's a year of A.J. Ajayi. You know, there's sporadically in 40 years, there's a year here or there where you had a decent running game, but you never had the quarterback. Or you never had the defense. Or you could never stop the run. Or you could never impose the run. And the run in the end, so, you know, when they show all that video of Tua breaking down all the decisions he has to make and the reads and all that, do you know why he's in that position? Because you can't run the goddamn ball. Because if you can run the ball and create a 3rd and 2 or a 2nd and 3, then the entire playbook is at your quarterback and your offensive coordinator's disposal. But if you're predictable constantly in the pass game and your team can't get set up properly, they're constantly out of position, they've got pre-snap penalties, your wide receivers can't either hang on to the ball, your stud wide receivers drop balls, or they run the wrong routes. So your team lacks discipline, your team can't run the ball, your team can't be physical offensively. They can't be physical defensively. So then how do you expect to win games? How do you expect to be elite with anyone on the team? It doesn't matter who the coach is. Doesn't matter who the front office is. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is, because you were a wussy-ass team with Marino. You couldn't run. You couldn't stop the run. It was the same thing that goes on now. So you put Marino in a position where he had to pass. Luckily, he's a freak that Tua will never be, so you got away with a little more. But in the end, what were the results? Nothing. Nothing. The one time you got to the Super Bowl, you never belonged there. The entire fucking conference didn't belong there for 10 years. All NFC teams won from the mid-early 80s all the way into the mid-90s until the Denver Broncos really broke it. Outside of it was Washington, it was the Redskins, it was the Niners, it was the Cowboys. They were all winning the titles. All of them. So when Marino, they beat Chicago, right? They got a chance to go back. What happens? They fold like a cheap 10 against New England. What happens in the Jimmy Johnson era? They got their asses kicked. What was the scores? 160-something to 12? What was it? 113-17 in Jimmy Johnson's Marino. 62-7. All of Marino's big moments are stinking embarrassments, dude. And then since he left, you're still an embarrassment. But it comes down to the same element that you've never been able to overcome since the 70s. When you can run the ball, when you can punch people in the mouth, when you could stop the run, when you were tough at the line of scrimmage. But if you're not going to be tough at the line of scrimmage and you're going to be finesse and you cannot run the ball on a consistent basis, you will put anyone and everyone behind the eight ball every single week. And it's amazing to me that media, fans, and especially the Miami Dolphins have not figured that out for 40 years. The same problems exist. The faces, the names, they all change, but it's the same thing. The team gets pushed around, and because it's constantly pushed around, it doesn't matter from Marino to Tua. You will end up a loser. David Furones and our Welt and Rheaume Miami Dolphins report is next.
This has been another session of the Welt and Rheaume Miami Dolphins report with David Furones.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rheaume Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welt and Rheaume has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
Right. There he is, locked and loaded. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing well, getting through another week, and especially now we're relieved of any hopium necessities. We just go on about our lives.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. And the latest, people are putting out that video of Tua and telling about all the calls he's got to make and what a shell they're in and this and that and all. And I as you just heard while you were waiting there, I think people are reaching for just too many things and not just football hasn't changed, dude. Nothing's changed in football. It's all the same. If you don't run the ball, you're never going to be the team you need to be. Nobody wins with one guy in football. No, really, you don't win if you're not tough enough in football. And so Miami, because they don't have that running element, because they're not the team that every year constantly stops the run, that feature is gone. And that makes your passing game so much harder, dude. And it makes it so much more impossible for you to have success. And to me, that's where it is. It's really pretty simple, but I don't know why the Dolphins and many others don't figure it out. If you're not tough in those line of scrimmages and running game, doesn't matter who you are, bro. You're not going anywhere as a franchise.
Yeah. I love to hear what you're saying there. Sure, the game has gone more pass heavy and sure, when you look up passing leaders, you're going to see, Marino's records were broken. And that's actually why Marino's records were so impressive from the era that they were made in. But, it's a bunch of people who played after Marino and even some quarterbacks who you don't even think of as that great. They end up retiring. You say they had how many passing yards? They threw for that many? And it's like it's way more than some of the Hall of Famers from past eras. It's gone more pass heavy, but exactly what you're saying is how much more difficult it makes the passing game when you don't have a running presence. So, Tua has come back, and before that Houston game, there were so many stats that you could point to that he hadn't thrown an interception and 204 passes and his quarterback rating and all these other efficiency metrics. But at the end of the day, at some point, it's going to catch up when you put so much on his shoulders. And
he's not Marino, bro.
Yeah,
he's not Marino.
Yeah,
he's not Marino, dude. He's not Brett Favre. He's not one of those like freak arms and all that kind of stuff. So understand, he's more like Drew Brees. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's more like Bob Greasy. So what you've got to do is build the team the right way. And by the way, with Marino, you didn't win jack shit. Nothing, dude. You put up a bunch of stats. You beat some sorry teams. But more often than not, by the way, Marino lost all the big games, by the way. Pretty much all the big games. Once in a while, you'd win some against some because Marino was freakish. But in the end, you didn't win anything significant with Marino, dude. Ever. And why? Was it Marino's fault? Do I ever blame Marino? Just like, do I blame Tua? No, dude. I blame what's around them. You continue to be incompetent. You want to take off that shell? Run the ball. Run the ball and watch how that shell gets crumbled. And then all of a sudden, the passing game opens up. But if you don't do that, then you're going to need, those passers. There's only a couple of those in the history of the game. Those guys that will give you a chance in a game. But in the end, none of them really have a title. Because if you didn't play with a real team, you're not going to really celebrate a championship.
Yeah, I mean, how many years did everyone go watching Peyton Manning and saying, well, he can't win the big one?
Nothing.
And even then, he had Edgerrin James back there, and he had Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne to throw to for
Tony Dungy.
Yeah.
Tony Dungy.
Right, got it done. Mm-hmm.
But by the way, John Elway was a choker.
John Elway for the longest time, yeah.
A choker. A total choker.
But now he had the drive. He had the drive early in his career, though.
He was a choker. I lived it, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, no.
Trust me.
I'm just speaking to what I've heard historically. I always hear about the drive.
You can hear about any drive you want. He was a choker in his day. Everybody, but he gets the big. No, dude, he has Sammy Winder. He has no defense. He has no running game. the fact that he got to the Super Bowl, yeah, he lost 55-10. Yeah, he got trucked by the Niners. Yeah, I get that, bro. But that's the other thing. When you were just joining us right at the beginning of the early 80s, like in the mid 80s, like 82, 83, it was NFC all the way to the middle of the 90s. They won all the Super Bowls pretty much. Pretty much every Super Bowl was won by an NFC team. In fact, do me a favor, look from 82 when the Dolphins lost to Washington all the way up to, I believe, the Broncos is 95, 96 or 97, because right before that is the Cowboys.
Well, so you had the 83 Raiders, but then it was 49ers, it was 85 Bears,
right?
The Giants.
Right. Oh, you're looking at it now.
Oh, no. I have Super Bowls memorized. So,
okay, right. That's what I'm saying.
Eventually, you get into like the Cowboys and
right. The NFC was inferior, dude. Inferior. Like when they would get to the Super Bowl, they weren't even a matchup for them. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm saying is like this is our history. It doesn't matter the quarterback. It happened with Marino and Shula all the way till now, dude. We've always watched this team fold in most of the big moments because they've been a finesse team for 40 years, dude. 40 years of finesse. That's been their problem, and they refuse to address being finesse.
Yeah. Outside of some pockets, like you mentioned, like the Wildcat year, they ran the ball. Lusaka Polite on short yardage, but Ricky Williams a couple of years.
But that year, the Wildcat, what happened against Baltimore in the first round? 20-3 beat down. They punched you in the mouth because you won with a gimmick that year. You weren't really a tough team. You won with a gimmick. You couldn't really run the ball.
It was like gimmicky tough.
Right.
Because they had it was physical, but it was still gimmicky at the same time.
Look, dude, Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas and Tim Bowens are tough.
Yes.
Does it mean that their teams were tough? No, they weren't.
Yeah, they had those late 90s, early 2000s defenses, and it was Lamar Smith back there, let's say. But
they would fold every time they got in a big moment.
Yeah.
They would fold. It's just the way it is. It has not been since the 70s. That's when they could actually punch people in the mouth on offense and defense. It's interesting. It really is. And when you talk about those teams, offensively or defensively, there's a toughness that comes with the way you talk about them. You don't do that in any other era. You talk about the finesse of the 80s, the finesse now, but you don't really talk about, like in the 70s, you talk about true grit on both sides of the ball. Think about that. It's nutty. What do you got there, Sean? What were you going to say?
84-96 were all NFC teams.
12.
Yeah, a lot of 49ers, the 85 Bears.
If you throw in 81-82, they were also NFC teams. Yeah. But then the Raiders won 83.
Yeah, one freak win.
That was it. Other than that, there was never an AFC win.
Think about that. 14 out of 15 years, the NFC dominated.
Yeah, it was broken up by those back-to-back John Elway Broncos when he won at the end of his career, but he had a long history of, like you're saying, not coming through in the big game.
But when he got there, it's because they gave him what? A running game and a defense.
Yeah.
They gave him the toughness he never had. It was a finesse team, and so every time he would get handled, it wasn't John Elway's fault, dude. I don't blame John Elway. I blame the environment. I blame the Dolphins. I blame that they've continued to have a finesse environment. And this has been going on since Shula and Marino. And it's like we refuse to actually address reality. That's what they've been for many, many years. It's just been a finesse franchise, unfortunately. We've never really gotten back to the grit of the 70s on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. And some of it is the times, the era, but at the end of the day, it is football. You got to play between the lines and dominate the line of scrimmage. If you have the line of scrimmage dominated, then I don't care what you're doing on the outside. It eliminates the time that receivers have to get open, the timing that the quarterback wants to be on with the offense, which this offense is so predicated on timing. So if you're getting blown up at the line of scrimmage, then things like that happen.
All right. The other issue that we need to talk about is Tua Tagovailoa. Again, you didn't have an issue with it, okay? But I had an issue with it.
And then I asked him.
And you asked him, but you didn't have an issue with it. Do you still not have an issue with it now that he has a hip injury? Now that he continues to prove he is not durable? He does not have the body to put himself in those positions. And again, his dumbass came to the podium and addressed it and said he's got to do better with that. But, talk is cheap and he'll do the same stupid thing in the heat of the moment. What did he call it? Competitive greatness? That was his quote, right? To your question?
I believe that was in there, yeah.
Competitive greatness. I felt like punching the shit out of the screen. Okay.
The visual that I just got in my head, and yes, yeah, it was competitive greatness. I just looked bac at the quote.
Yeah. I have a pretty good memory. I continually prove that here on this show. I mean, really, seriously, bro. Can you stop being a moron? Come on, bro. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And by the way, if you're the front office, you better maybe Kirk Cousins is your backup quarterback next year, since they're going to get rid of him.
I've started thinking of things like that. Hey, you want the best backup quarterback, right? Regardless of now, he's got this big salary.
No, it's a Tannehill trade. No, it's a Tannehill trade. Remember,
right.
The Dolphins paid a certain portion of his salary to get
do that, right?
Pick. Remember, the Browns they paid a price so they could carry the salary. Well, this will be the reverse. You won't get a high pick, but you'll get kind of a mid-round pick, and they'll take up a lot of that salary. And then you can, kind of, okay, well, we got to pay $12 million out of the 30. Okay, we'll do that. Whatever it is. I don't know. But if you're in the 10, 12 range for a backup like that, then I guess you have to do it, right?
Yeah, and I know he's had his struggles this year, but yeah, I would absolutely love him as a backup. And then, if Tua has to miss another 4 games down the road, then you get you like that coming off the field after a game where he's a guy who could go light up a defense for 400 in today's game, especially if you give him the weapons that he would have here with the Dolphins. So. But yeah, on the topic of Tua protecting himself, Tua himself admitted that he shouldn't have gone for that first down and dive forward. If that's what they came up with upon review, I thought at least in going for it that the way he dove, he was keeping his head safe. That's the main thing that I'm concerned with. But obviously, that's a big hit to the torso that he took, and then now he's got a hip injury.
Some guy named Jesse Davis allowed him to break his ribs too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he busted and he fractured a finger. He's a tough guy. I know he's a tough guy. I know he's fearless. Okay. Anybody with a brain, I get it that there's some idiots over there that think he's not tough or something, which is stupid. He proves his toughness all the time. He proves he's more fearless than I will ever be, bro. Okay? Once you bust that hip, for you to come back 9 months later to get slammed by Michael Brockers, you have cojones that are really large, okay? Really, really large, okay? And so it's not a matter of proving that you're tough. It's a matter of proving that you're smart so you can stay healthy. That's what I don't understand the machismo bullshit, dude. That's the part I don't understand. It's like Marino never played like that, and he's in the same building. Like, he never chased anybody in interception. He never took on tacklers. That's not what he was going to do. I just don't understand it.
Yeah. And we got to talk to quarterbacks coach Darrell Bevel today, and that was something I asked him about, finding maybe the right balance. He said it's something they're still working with him on, of identifying when is the right moment to go for certain plays where you could put your body at some risk, and sort of maintaining that sliding scale of when it's appropriate to try to go make a play. In the pocket, of course, if you need the timing and you need to wait that extra second where you're going to get blasted to make the throw, then there's nothing you can do about that. But when you're outside the pocket, that's where he's got to identify. And Darrell Bevel talked about Russell Wilson and how when he had him in Seattle, he was very good at that aspect of it. When he got outside, just identifying when should he just dump it off, when should he run but slide, when should he throw it away.
You don't get clean shots on Russell. You don't get clean shots on Russell. That's a great example, dude. By the way, Russell has done a marvelous job of not taking hits, and he has mobility. Now, he's never used his mobility. I mean, not never. It's not something that he uses to go gain yards. He uses it to buy time to make a pass because he's a passer first. But that's a great example. Russell has done a marvelous job of staying away from taking stupid hits. It's he doesn't have to take.
Yeah. So hopefully, Bevel's using that film that he's got from coaching Russ up in Seattle to go and implement that. And I think he is if he brought that up on his own.
That's good. That's good shit. I like that. I don't know if Tua will learn because, again, I don't know, bro. It's some Tongan warrior bullshit that's in him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. He probably goes in the off season and walks on hot coal and shit, and we don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? He's probably catching spears that are lit on fire in Hawaii or something in the off season. We don't know about it. So it's like to him, this is nothing. And it's like, yo, bro, you got to stop. It's just a weird thing, dude. It's just a weird thing. By the way, what's more volatile, the Dolphins or Bitcoin?
Yeah, right. Good point.
Dolphins opened up at 2.5, then it went down to 1.5, then it went down to 1, and now the Niners are favored by 1.
Oh, is it? Okay. I haven't seen all the line movement on.
You know that? Monday it was Dolphins 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday it was Dolphins 1.5. Wednesday it was Dolphins 1. Today it's Niners -1. It has swung 3.5 points.
Geez, I'm trying to figure out what.
Tua.
So
hip.
Yeah, because Tua's hip. But yeah, even today, we heard it's not.
Did you watch Life Without Tua? Yeah, you did. I'm sorry, you covered it. Yes, Life Without Tua.
But he's
Vegas
playing.
Goes, oh shit, Life Without San Fran.
But he's playing. Yeah, I mean. We asked Frank Smith about it today. He said it's not something they're concerned about. He still went through he was limited on the injury report Wednesday, but everything kind of looked normal up until that injury report came out as far as seeing him out there and then him talking to us and being in the locker room after. So, he still made it through that game, but all expectations are he's playing. It's not like it's life without Tua.
No. I know that. I know. It's just I wish he wouldn't have dove so he doesn't take those stupid hits.
Yeah.
Jamie, by the way, is having fun with you here. Bazdarek. Jamie Bazdarek. I'm calling it now. Chargers lose and Dolphins beat Niners. Baronis gets a bag of hopium for the week. Then the Dolphins drop in on our heads again.
Yeah, well, if that happens, then all they would need. I did run through scenarios because I have to, as rare as they would be. But yeah, then you just need one more Chargers loss and the Colts to lose one of their games. Now the Chargers, they have the Raiders and the Patriots. So you would need two tanking teams to find their way. Maybe the Patriot way could get one for the Dolphins in taking the Chargers out.
All right. So we talked about, you agree, they if these guys are coming back, right, there's a couple things. One, we talked about you got to go get the best backup quarterback that exists, and maybe the situation might be uncomfortable for Kirk Cousins in Atlanta now that he's probably going to lose his job and they're going to move on to Penix. Maybe they want to move on from Kirk Cousins so he's not uncomfortable, and maybe they can make a move there. That's one. Two, this draft is set up for fat guys. Why? Well, you've got Patrick Paul and Austin Jackson. You've got your starters. Kendall Lamb said he's thinking of coming back. And you've got Keon. So all of a sudden, you've got your swing backup tackles. If Lamb comes back and Keon is back from the injury, then now you've got potential to have your swing tackles, your edge rushers. You've got Chop. You'll get Phillips back. You'll get Chubb. And whatever you get from Kamara now becomes a bonus. So in the draft, it's about the fat guys on offense and on defense. Get yourself a guard. Get yourself a tackle. Help yourself in those areas. Get the best backup QB you can possibly get in the NFL, and get some fat guys in the draft right now, because the edge guys, you're going to be all right.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I mean, hopefully from your words to Chris Greer's ears, because we
Greer's ears.
Yes, to
nice
Greer's
job
ears.
by you.
Yeah, I wasn't even going for it when I started it, and then I realized
you can get a muscle-bound man and put his face in the sand. Nice job by you.
Ooh. Yeah. It wasn't even intentional as I started saying it, but then I realized, this is about to rhyme, because it would signify a philosophical change that, yes, the Dolphins are finally putting an emphasis on the trenches and the offensive line after laughing at fans who were so concerned about it and then saying, no, we're not as concerned about it over here. And I know it's a staple of Mike McDaniel being in the Shanahan system, and how, you don't have to worry so much about the offensive guards and that it'll take care of itself. But we've seen this season how much it could help this offense if you were strong in the interior of the offensive line. Center Aaron Brewer has played just fine there. He's been bulldozing as a blocker, great in the outside zone scheme. I love his athleticism there. But if you were better at the guards, which, by the way, Liam Eichenberg's job may be up for grabs this week with Isaiah Wynn progressing further. So there is that. But if it opens the eyes to Mike McDaniel or Chris Greer that they really do need to emphasize those positions, that would be great. So, from your mouth to Chris Greer's ears, hopefully that philosophical change does occur this offseason, and they finally see that shortcoming that this is what's missing for this roster.
I think also there needs to be another tweak, and here's my suggestion. I think Mike McDaniel finally needs to give up the play calling duties. I don't think he can be a head coach and an offensive coordinator. Plus, I don't think he's a very good offensive coordinator. I have no idea if Frank Smith can do the job or not. But I think Frank Smith should be the offensive coordinator next year. I think Mike McDaniel and Frank Smith should be the play designers throughout the week and set up the whole game plan. But Frank Smith should be the guy calling the plays. I think Mike McDaniel is a better people person. So work the relationships that are going on in the game, on offense, on defense, somebody struggling, somebody having a great moment, figuring things out, whatever. I think he's better off that way than his mind getting cluttered, worried about head coaching and offensive coordinator and thinking about what they're doing and having a counter and all that. He doesn't do a good job of balancing it. In fact, he can't do the job of balancing everything. Let me phrase it the right way. Since he is incapable of handling the job like an Andy Reid, then he should not take on that responsibility, and at least give your players a chance to have more success by, delegating that responsibility to Frank Smith as your offensive coordinator, play caller. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's an idea, and along with that is just streamlining better the process of the communication of the calls, so it's not so complex. And because you go up there, they're so motion heavy. You go up there, if there's any fault in communication from early in the play clock, if there's any decision making that goes on the front end of those 40 seconds, now all of a sudden, all right, it's let's say 4th and 2, and you're deciding whether to go for it or not. You take a couple seconds to decide that. Once you finally say, yeah, we are going for it, then it's what play call you're going to use in that scenario. And then it's all this jive and all this lingo to communicate. Get that to the quarterback. The quarterback gets it to everyone. They come out, and then you're down in single-digit seconds when you still got a one motion and a second motion to run out there before you snap the ball. Then that's when you're up against it as an offense. So, and I know it's a staple to what McDaniel wants to do, to get defenses off balance and figure out what they're doing before the snap occurs. But if you can just streamline some of that stuff better, I know it's part of the identity and they want to keep it, but if you're able to just make it simpler so that maybe sometimes it's not in there as much, what it is that you can easily communicate it and make sure everyone understands it, then that would be huge for this offense. So you don't have so many of those communicative issues.
Well, all right. Let me explain something to you. What's going on there, and I'm going to come from the old man's perspective on this one. Okay, motion is nothing new. Sid Gilman was teaching it with the San Diego Chargers in the '60s. Hank Stram was teaching it in the '60s. Tom Landry was teaching it in the '60s, '70s, and '80s. Not only was there motion with Landry and with Stram, the offensive linemen would stand up and come down. Okay. So not only were there people moving, there were people standing up and sitting, which I don't know if Mike McDaniel could handle his offensive linemen.
They cracked down on that at some point, all right? Because I think that would be a false start these days.
I don't know. Would that be a false start? Why would that be a false start? If they don't set right, because I think I've seen centers stand up and check and turn around and come back to snap. I've seen that. So if they can do that, I still think you can do the Dallas Cowboy thing, dude, and the Hank Stram thing.
They never put their hand on the ground. It was like on their knees, and then they'd rise up. Then they'd go to the ground.
That's
okay. Maybe
exactly. They come in and then boom, and then they land, and then they come in and then come at your ass. Now, what did Kansas City do? What did San Diego do? What did the Dallas Cowboys do? What did the St. Louis Rams do? They had some guy named Marshall Faulk, right? I'm not going to go back to the Kansas City because I don't want to bore you. But in every era, they could run the ball. So you want to make it simple, my brother? Well, brother, just running plays. So if you have a 12-play drive and 8 of them are running plays, it doesn't really take a lot of setting up. You don't have to worry so much. Here, we're running the ball and we're pushing it right down your goddamn throat, whether you like it or not. It's coming at you. We're the Baltimore Ravens. It's coming at you with Pacheco. When they have it, they use it. Miami never has it. So if you're always going to be behind the 8 ball, then Marino's going to come to the line. And Tua's going to come to the line every time, and you're behind the 8 ball. You're on a 2nd and 9. You're on a 3rd and 10. You're making stupid mistakes. You're on a 3rd and 12, a 3rd and 15, a 3rd and 17. Why? You can't run the ball. So, again, this goes back to my diatribe before you came on. Do you want to simplify things? Well, dude, the simplest part you don't do. Run. Run the damn ball. Man, Marino, if he just had a Barry Sanders or a Thurman Thomas. Man, if Tua just had an Isaiah Pacheco. You know, if you have a Derrick Henry, if you have somebody you can just, you know, in Alabama, he had the line, he had the running game, he had the tight end, and then, he's got all the receivers. They're all first rounders. Bro, it's not the first rounders. It's the hogs in the middle that are making his life easy. It's not the receiver. That's the easy part for Tua, throwing to receivers. The hard part for Tua is that it's like any quarterback. You're putting them behind the 8 ball every time because they have no running game to make your life easy.
Yeah. And you said one name there, Derrick Henry, that I know just would have really brought. I mean, we talked about it a bunch. Yeah. I know you would have liked it. I know my colleague.
I wanted him. I wanted Derrick Henry. I said, that's what you need on this team. You got to have an attitude about running the goddamn football, bro. Yeah. You know, and it's just frustrating.
That would have been the easiest path to exactly that. And then you make Devon Achane. How much more effective would Achane be if instead of this season he's got 165 carries and 70 receptions. So his body taking on that's 235 touches through 14 games. That's a lot on his smaller stature in the NFL, and he's taking some big hits sometimes. So I mean, he had 1 concussion already. He had his body twisted in another game, and a lot of big hits. God bless him for
I already talked about it this week. You need to dial it back and use a lot of Jalen. I would use a little Mostert since I don't need him anymore next year, and you're going to move on from him. But I'd use a lot of Jalen Wright for the next couple of weeks because It'll be the Jalen Wright. It'll be the Achan Wright show next year. And like I told you a week and a half ago, it's the Patrick Paul show, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Start to turn the page. You need to start to turn the page and get playing time for these youngins. I'd like to see a lot more Jalen Wright. I don't think it's smart to overuse Achan for the rest of the way. I think you've already used him enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've already used him plenty. And I think maybe that is what's bogging him down a little bit is this workload catching up to him because up until while the Dolphins were still running the ball and you hit that midway point, it kind of does align with when he sort of surpassed last year's touches totals and he ended up taking on just a more extensive workload going beyond how much he had to deal with last year. So, if you had a Derrick Henry in this offense and you had that physical presence, that would have made Achan so much more effective and valuable in bringing that lightning and thunder combination to this offense. So something like that. But I mean, you have it somewhat in Jalen Wright. He's got the physicality. Obviously no one compares to a Derrick Henry, but if they could have just found ways to keep him more consistent, because then once they try to go back to him a little bit, then you didn't see the same effectiveness. And I think there could have been a rhythm that they could have found if when he was going, they kept it going and were feeding him and found more balance in the backfield workload.
Yeah, it's an attitude, bro. It's an attitude that you got to have. It's when the kid for San Francisco went down, and God, McCaffrey, and then the Morgan kid comes in.
Jordan Mason.
Mason, I'm sorry, comes in and he starts kicking ass. And it's like, okay, but this is part of the attitude of the team already as it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that Miami has just not developed for 40 years, bro. For 40 years. And I think, young and old Dolphins need to kind of be reminded that these problems have existed forever. And it's just like culturally, I don't know why they can't fix it, because no era fixes it. From the Shula era till now, none of the eras can fix it. Think about it. It just never happens. It's never been an attitude and success of running the ball year in and year out. Nobody's done it. It's been a flash here and there that you get a back and he had a hot year or 2 hot years with Ricky, and then that's it. It's gone. It's history. It wasn't really who you are. It was just an aberration.
Yeah, I guess that's how you would categorize last year for this run game.
Right. Yeah. Aberration. Right. It's not real. It's not really. And in the end, it was still kind of more of a flashy run game. When you needed tough yards, you really weren't able to get that either. You know what I'm saying? So, because the tough yards come in January and in February. And, that's not who they've ever been, because now you get into the weather and all that. And guess what? Now you can't pass. And now you need to run more because the conditions don't help. But if you didn't have that attitude of running from all the way from July till then, you're not all of a sudden going to, all right, we're going to turn it on now. Now we're going to become a tough running team. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. It sucks. All right, what do you got going on the Sentinel?
Yeah, I was just writing about how, offensive line updates. So Kendall Lamb coming back to practice today. So good news if they're able to get him at right tackle. Also possible shuffling on the offensive line after Liam Meikenberg had a rough outing in Houston. So maybe Isaiah Wynn starts to come up, or Robert Jones. But a lot of things in the works possibly on the offensive line for the final 3 games. And also writing about Anthony Weaver and his prospects as a head coach now as you kind of went in with the expectation that it could be a 1-year rental because he's just too good of a coach, commands a room so well. We've seen what he's done with this defense. So he's a name that's going to be hot in the head coaching hiring cycle coming up in a few weeks.
So David Furones is writing, fire McDaniel, hire Weaver.
Oh, don't put words in my mouth. So Weaver's going to be a hot name for
wait a minute. Hold on a second. Everybody on the chat board, did you guys not hear that from Furones right now? Come on, admit it on the chat board there. I mean, you all heard Furones just say, fire McDaniel, hire Weaver. Did you hear that?
That sounds like the headline.
Right, it sounded like a headline. I'm working on that. I don't know. Yeah. I'm telling you. That's gutsy on your part there, buddy.
You said it. You said it.
No, I said it a while back.
Oh, yeah, you have been, yeah.
Yes, I've had Mike Daniel fired already a while back, dude. Okay, but it's nice to see that you're on board with the firing of Mike McDaniel. See, there it is. There it is. Ray Grullon says, oh, yes. Josh says, yes, I did. Jimbo says Furones did say that. I mean, I don't know. Headlines. Those are headlines in the Sun Sentinel. I can't wait to see that. Is it 2-inch print? Furones says, fire McDaniel, hire Weaver. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ and subscribe so you can get the story when he writes.
Yeah, exactly.
When he wants to, fire McDaniel and hire Weaver. All right, my brother, have a great weekend. We will talk on Sunday night, hopefully after a decent outing. It would be nice.
Sounds good, my friend.
All right, my man. There you go. Welton Rayom, Jeff Welt, Daniel Rayom. We love them. 954-966-4646. They will fight. They will fight. They will fight for you, and they will win. Unlike the Dolphins, they win. They won for us against Progressive. They have won for so many of our listeners, dude. We're like over 20 of our listeners already have called and have benefited from Welt and Rayom, and a few more are now. We've got some listeners on the West Coast, by the way, that unfortunately went through all these damn storms. They called Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom, 954-966-4646. If you're dealing with bankruptcy issues, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, check out the website, wrflalaw.com, and call them. The consultation's free, 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
All right. Yes, sir. Don't forget, folks, you can make a donation Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. And you can also make a donation through PayPal. Use the QR codes or, of course, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show is the address. So what else do we have going on? Michael Penix. Did you see how he got the news that he was starting? He was at Costco and he was buying a hot dog. Now, apparently, I'm told, I've never had them, but I'm told the Costco hot dogs are not Dairy Queen hot dogs. Yes. Yeah, you see, tremendous. Like, supposedly it's like, apparent. And by the way, I read
They're cheap.
In fact, I read a story about a couple of weeks ago that the owner was, the financial people of the business brought, hey, we need to raise the price of the hot dog. No. And the owner refused to, the CEO refused to do it. He says, this is our signature. This is what we're known for. People will come, this, that. And come on, there was an educated thing at the beginning of this show for you. And what is that hot dog? What is that hot dog? There was an educated word we used for something else today. What is the hot dog for Costco? Come on, let's go. Who's got it? What's the hot dog for Costco? What do we call that, ladies and gentlemen? We have taught you a little something about business earlier today. No, it's not competitive greatness. But I love that. That's funny. That is funny. Come on. Oh, that's right.
Was this when I ran to the car?
You might have run in the damn car. Damn it.
Somebody put,
No. What did when I told the story about the supermarket, come on. You weren't here when the supermarket. No, I
wasn't here.
That's why. Man, nobody's paying attention.
Cost?
That's sad.
Somebody said cost?
Costco hot dog, cost dog.
Oh,
no,
no,
you're no. Come on, not swamp farts. No, that's only you, true fan thinking of farts all the time. Really, you guys didn't pay attention, or are 80 people watching right now? Weren't any of the 80 people that were listening at the beginning of the show? That must be it.
You better hit the like button because we need 80 more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hit the. Might as well. You can get us easily over 100. That means a bunch of you either weren't paying attention or whatever. No, not a cash grab. Obviously, not a cash grab. Wow. Nobody paid attention. Nobody was listening. How sad.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Wow.
Just talking to yourself,
I know.
Sorry I wasn't here to listen. I would have.
Well, I explained that supermarkets make no money from eggs, bread, and milk. They're called loss leaders. There's stuff that you bring in to the customer, and then you get them on the cooking oil and on the disinfectant and on, whatever. You have a much higher write-up for that. And that's my point. There you go.
Pat Nashville, loss leader. There it is.
There you go. Pat Nashville, the guy that owns businesses, figures it out. Yeah, he's because he probably has his own loss leader in there.
But I believe he sent that after you said it.
I
don't know what the delay,
but I was saying, he might be a little delayed. So I'm going to give him credit because I know Pat Nashville personally. Yeah. He's
I know.
He's a smart guy. He's smarter than I am. Put it that way, smarter than I am.
That's
not really. Yeah, it's not really
for us. Be smarter than us. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm smart.
That's actually an insult to Pat saying that because it's really not that difficult to be smarter than me. But I know he's a smart guy, so he would get it. And it's a lost leader. That's what that is for Costco. They're not making. They don't care about really making a ton of money or making any money on the hot dog. They care about getting you in there, and then you'll go buy a bullion of gold or a telescope or something, and they'll make more money off of you there. It's the husband what? Husband nurse. Right. She's shopping. Right. And then you're right. You could just eat and then she shops. I like that. That makes a lot of sense. I like that. All right. Pat Nashville says, not sure about. I am, bro. I've been around you. You are a dude. Very smart dude. Alexis says, I'm drawing a blank. LOL. Not surprised, Alexis, that you're drawing a blank. I'm not surprised, by the way. Oh, man. All right. What else do we have going on in the world of sports and wagering? Because we do have a Thursday night game today, by the way. We have Denver and the Chargers today. And the Chargers are favored by 2.5. The over and under is 41.5. And we have the great Steve Calabro in the house. Let's see. There you are. How you doing?
Big game tonight.
Yes.
Jersey guy is picking the Broncos over the Chargers.
Oh, I like that one. The Chargers are kind of
in
beat.
LA.
I know,
in LA, but their home field advantage
is really shaky as hell. There'll be a lot of stoners in. Oh wait, I'm sorry. They also get stoned too. I was thinking Denver. I was thinking that.
Yeah,
but they're also. It's also legal.
Yeah.
It's also legal in California. So
there'll be a lot of people.
No, but the bottom line is the Chargers are like the redheaded stepchild in LA. They don't really have a strong fan base.
Yeah,
like the Dolphins pack that place.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those stadiums where the visiting team, let's go to see. I want to see a game, outside of town. Let's go to LA. It's a nice thing,
Little Randy's Donuts, right down the street.
What kind of donuts?
Randy's Donuts.
Randy's Donuts.
You don't know Randy's Donuts?
I'm a donut guy.
Oh, that's right.
I'm a donut guy.
Now he knows because I took him to Randy's.
Can you buy them online? Can you buy them online?
Oh yeah,
maybe we can get some Randy's.
You've never
donuts.
seen Randy's Donuts in LA?
I've never seen them. I've been to LA like
you didn't
twice
take
in
the
my
picture. Life. He's got. You've never seen the big giant donut that's in LA. It's like
I've lived the
like they've
life.
shown like Pink's hot dogs. Like they've shown that like Pink's. You've never heard of Pink's in LA?
I know just things from New Jersey and Florida.
So
That's
you
all
don't
I
even
know.
So you don't even know Roscoe's Chicken either.
I've heard of Roscoe's Chicken.
Only in Southern California. Wait, that chicken and waffles?
I've heard of Roscoe's Chicken.
He knows
Yeah,
now.
but I'm
He
more of a
knows now.
sweet guy. So the Randy's Donuts intrigues me.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
Oh,
see how I can
the
get
day
that.
you go to LA. The day you go to LA.
But why do you want to go to? Nobody wants to go to California because Gavin Newsom's there.
No, I know that, but it's a great place to visit.
He probably taxed me as I come across the
you're
border.
gonna get taxed everywhere.
You know what I mean?
You get taxed everywhere, but it's a
No, but
blast.
you really get taxed.
But
there.
you have a blast in that place.
I actually when I went to Southern California, I went to San Diego.
Oh yeah, San Diego's really
My son
nice.
was living there, and it was nice.
Yeah, San Diego's really
I mean,
nice.
It's just beautiful. But
San Diego's really nice. LA, I would never live in because the traffic is brutal and the place is really well. I mean, I'm gonna have trouble retiring here, so I forget about California. But I have a blast every time.
40% of the homeless in the United States live in California. Well, they are sort of in California. Yeah, that's kind of a strange statement to say. They're in California.
They're in California, but
not really.
They are
trying to live.
They are
not living in homes.
They are struggling.
Yeah.
over
So
there.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So California, I can understand. And now you have the homeless Chargers. They really don't have a home. And,
Right.
But they have a defense, although it failed last week.
Yeah.
But they have their defense can do some things. But I think,
Bo Nix can screw up things.
yeah, but I think Bo Nix is a little bit. I think they're getting it together. He's
He
improving.
has
way
moments.
way faster
Yeah.
than I thought.
Yeah. Oh, he's way better than I thought.
I thought this was.
I didn't think much of Bo Nix.
I
Period.
thought this was a 3-year project, and I think next year he's going to be formidable.
He's done much better than I expected. He's proven me wrong so far.
So maybe 18
Don't buy
million.
him yet completely because he has his moments where he does some shit there, but he's played better overall, better than I expected.
They paid
so
Peyton, they paid the coach 18 million. So
well, you better get it right.
Yeah. So he's having some.
We'll
success.
see. Next year they
Some
got
success.
tape on you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if he has a good year next year, then he's the real deal.
Look at the kid from Houston, how he took a few steps back this year
one
because
or
they
two
get
steps back.
They get tape, and then he's got a counter now next year. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
The offensive and the quarterback coach need to say, hey, you got to change up your game now that they're figuring out your game. You got to change your game,
of course.
But anyhow, so Jersey guy has a couple other picks.
Okay,
and I have an idea. If I tell you this, I'm not sure. This past week the Jersey guy was one win more than he had he was 4-3 or 3-2, whatever he was. But anyhow, so I told you Broncos over the Chargers tonight. That's just a little bonus game. He likes Steelers over the Ravens -6.
Yeah, we have Saturday game this week.
Yeah,
That's right.
Steelers over the Ravens. I got to tell you, it's in Baltimore.
I like that game.
Yeah,
they're always
It's gonna be
tight.
Tight. It should be tight, right?
And 6.5. I don't think the Ravens are
Well,
going to
he
blow out
has
the
6.
Steelers.
I have 6.5 here. What do you have? You have
It's
6
plus 6.5
Yeah, I have-
right now.
yeah.
I love that pick.
Yeah.
So far, I like his 2 picks. I like the Broncos plus 2.5. I love the Steelers plus 6.5 with that defense. I'm good with that, man. They play the Ravens tough every single time.
Next one, I don't know why he picked this game, but Colts over the Titans. I guess it's a game of Colts are still in it, I guess.
Yes,
they have a mathematical chance. Them and the Dolphins, but so Colts over the Titans. I think the Titans are a beat up team.
I don't like that game because it's minus 3.5.
Yeah, I don't.
That's too much. I don't trust the Colts enough to do that. I don't trust Richardson enough to do that. I don't trust any of their quarterbacks enough to do that. I get it. You can't trust Tennessee quarterbacks either.
Now the next one,
huh?
Levis is benched. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't trust. I don't trust any quarterback in this game. Starter, backups, or anything.
Richardson's better than Levis's backup. Richardson's not bad. I mean, he's not great. But
he's too erratic with his arm.
I mean,
bro.
he's a 3-year project. He's that 3-year project I'm telling you about.
Easily.
Next one I like a lot.
But I'm staying away from it. 3.5 points on
it's tight. But this one, the next one's 3.5 points, but I love it. Rams over the Jets. I think the Rams are going to crush the Jets. I think it might be ugly in New Jersey.
I don't know. I don't know about crush, but I like it because I think the Rams can win by a touchdown in this game.
Easily win by a
minus
touchdown.
3. It's minus 3.
3.5.
Oh, that's true. What is the Madden rating for Rams? It's very important. You don't know the story, huh?
You got to bring me. I'm like,
story came out. So
there's a lot of things
Woody
I don't
Johnson
know.
turned down the Jerry Jeudy trade because his Madden rating wasn't high enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. No. Okay. So the problem with the Jets is the same problem with the Cowboys. It's the owners.
Yeah.
They're horrific. Look, Jerry Jones is probably a nice guy to go out and have dinner with, but he involved in the operation, he's horrific.
Of course.
Woody Johnson,
the clown.
He might be.
He's bigger
worse
clown.
than Jones. He's making Jones
a bigger clown.
At least Jones has some knowledge and some education
they
in football.
They hit on a lot of picks.
But he has a bad. His mojo is weird in the locker room. But Woody.
No, Woody's.
Yeah, he's done. I mean,
he's like.
Idiot. But that's. I hope
can't
Woody
fire the owners.
No, but I hope that Woody owns the team for the next 100 years. Doesn't do anything different. Just stay with the plan, Woody.
He's got Mike Tannenbaum searching for the next coach. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah. Hire what's his name? The guy with the eyes. Hire him again. Yeah. Adam Gase. You need him, Woody, because he's in our division, and it's great to see that Woody is there. That's at least we got to win there. We got to win there.
Although Adam Gase is kicking ass in high school.
Well, God bless him. God bless him.
I have no idea, actually.
No. So I met a guy that knows him. I was golfing, and he goes, he's not a bad guy. And he said he doesn't have to work again. He's got like about 15 or 20 million in the bank, and he just like hangs out and does nothing all day. The guy said he was okay. He was the fraud that got away with it. He was literally an NFL coach fraud that got away with it. God bless it. Twice, yes, yeah, twice.
And he has
well
15
said.
and he has 15 million in the bank.
Yeah, they said he got about 15, 20 million. He doesn't work. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't care. Like he golfs. He golfs like he likes to gamble and golf too.
Good for him.
I think he's a gambler. I think I'm going to invite him here to the casino.
Go for it.
Just like all your viewers. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. We got this. We have great slot machines. You know what I did today?
By the way, when's the next giveaway?
So we're planning. Right now we have something in February and March. I can't announce the February thing. It's one of those things. We haven't solidified it. So it's February and March is the answer.
Okay.
It'll be nice. It'll be nice. It would be very nice.
Trip for 2 to Paris for a week or something.
That's a great idea. Maybe that could be April, springtime in Paris. Springtime in Paris.
Notre Dame has just reopened.
There you go. I like it a lot. A European vacation.
You guys didn't take my first idea, which would have been a real.
No, it was a fantastic. I ran it up the totem pole. It did get, I have to, there. No.
What it is,
I thought it was a phenomenal idea, and in hindsight, it would have been a phenomenal idea. But something. We are an organization, and there's
I know.
levels of approval.
I know
levels of approval.
It would have been so cool.
It would have been ridiculous.
I would have loved to have seen how cool that thing would have been.
It would have been trendy. Yeah, trendy. Modern trend.
Huh? Oh yeah, no. If I could win it, my God,
yeah,
I would go. Well,
and you even gave us the buy it now, and you'll be getting it at a better price. But hey, it is
buy it now, be a millionaire down the line.
There's a lot. We are working on a couple other things. Can't tell them now. I hate that. Like I'm like hating what I'm saying right now because your viewers are like, what the hell did you get on the mic in front of you then? If you can't say it, then don't.
Oh, I got the Jersey guys picks.
If we got the Jersey guys picks, we got sports betting here. We make sure everybody's signing it. Hit the QR code.
$100 no regret first bet.
And come on down.
Are giving away $100.
But we have some things we're working on. We're working on. Oh yeah, we got the $50 thing too.
Yeah, 50 more when you come here. Yeah,
that's here. You got to be here. You got to be here. Nothing wrong with that. But listen, we're inviting you two guys. If you'd like to stop by tomorrow, we're having the employee holiday Christmas party. We call it a Christmas party.
Okay.
Holiday party. The Christmas party. I went into like what do they call that? Like politically correct. Please, it was the Christmas party. It is a Christmas party, and the employees are going to have a blast. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to dance and great food. We're giving away. Get this. Now your viewers are going to be like, hey, I can't be involved in that, so I don't know. And nor can you be involved. You can attend, but you can't be involved in this next one. We have a raffle. We're giving away 3 75-inch Samsung TVs, 3 of them employees, and 3 nice.
Why can't I get in it?
You're not an employee. You have to have a payroll.
You
have to have an employee number. You have to have an employee badge
All right,
number. You can certainly apply in HR.
I mean,
get a job tomorrow. We'll get you processed
I mean,
tomorrow.
a 75-inch TV.
3 75-inch TVs.
Watching the Dolphins lose on that would be fantastic.
It's super. I watched
Fantastic.
it. Yeah, on the 75, and then we have 3 laptops. We're giving away 3 laptops. So yeah, we're having a fun time.
Okay.
And for the employees, think about the odds. There'll probably be about
that laptop would be good too. Betting on the Dolphins and
allow,
losing would be just fantastic.
Yeah, you can bet on the sports app on the HP laptop, and then you could watch on the Samsung 75-inch how they.
At least you're winning with the laptop and a TV. You're losing everything else, but at least you're winning by just having.
But you're more than welcome. You want a guest? Come on down. You can't be in the drawing. Only the employees can be.
Okay.
But there's only going to be about 150 employees, 200 employees at the party.
That's awesome.
You have to be.
That's fantastic.
I don't know the rules there. I'm not sure.
If you have to be live,
rule.
If you have to be live. You got to be there live.
Well, even if let's say you don't, it's only 271 employees.
I say you got to be there live.
270.
I gotta say, I you're there live, and if you're not, you're fired.
No,
that's it.
No, you can't. The committee made the rules.
I got to talk to HR. I think that makes a lot of sense.
But look, and we're gonna have nice food. There's a theme. My committee have put together. It's an international Latin theme. So there's food from 10 different Latin countries.
I like it.
See? Is there Latin people around this area?
There's one or two.
Yeah, it's a few. Yeah,
one or two. We're really
maybe a few.
We're so full of Scandinavians.
The Norwegian neighborhoods.
It's all blonde and blue eyes. Everywhere.
The Norwegian neighborhoods are huge here.
Just ginormous.
Yeah, it's pretty big. But anyhow, and get this. I may be able to get you to do this, even though you're not an employee. The cash box.
I'm in.
You know the cash box?
Anything I can do to buy more Bitcoin, I'm in.
No, so you know what it's like the old school phone booth? It's glass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it blows all the money. And then the employee. I just want that video for your viewers. That would be you're invited, and I'll get you in the cash box.
By the way, I did that once.
It's fun. It's awesome.
I did it once. I was 14 years old, and they had it. Was it the St. Michael's Fair or Side in the Central Shopping Plaza, or somebody had like a one of those air balloons, and they would and had money going around. And
come on down.
I think there was a TV station that was involved in it or whatever, and then they would have like these random drawings, and you would have to be there. You have to be there for the drawing, and I won, and I got in there. And I think they blindfolded you also.
Oh, forget it.
That's what they did
tough.
also.
We don't blindfold.
Yeah. They blindfolded you.
Yeah.
And so then you just walk in there, and then I was just opening my jacket, and I was trying to just stick whatever I can. I forgot what carnival had it, but it was some local carnival that had it, and I did get a chance, and I think I won. Like I walked away with like $40 or something.
Yeah, it went 50 or 60
just
bucks.
Ones.
So video of you and or Sean in that box.
Oh, I'm in.
Would be like Hall of Fame video.
I'm ready.
We have to show a Hall of Fame. So it's 3 to 10 tomorrow.
Do I keep the money that I?
Yeah.
Oh,
you get like your $50 or $80. Oh, and there's one ticket in there. It's a different color. It's for a day off. Doesn't really pertain to you.
That's my entire
day off.
That's my entire life. I've been just off.
Yeah. So you're invited.
So
no, you can't. No.
So
that was a good question, though.
So the Jersey guy picked the Dolphins because did you see that line?
2.5?
No. Dolphins opened at 2.5 on Monday. It went to 1.5 on Tuesday. It went to 1 on Wednesday. It is San Fran -1 today. It has swung 3.5 points.
Why?
Had a hip injury. That stupid dive, and he took the shots. He got a hip injury from those hits.
No, and he's
playing and all that, but I'm sure Vegas is like, well, wait a minute. We've seen life without Tua. If that guy can't play or if he's off,
yeah, it's over with.
it's
yeah.
over. They can't do anything.
Oh no. So I'm going to the game, and you know, I tell you, my wife going to the game. Me and yeah.
You know how many friends I have that have like sold their tickets or given them away?
It's
or
here, yeah. So my wife's a big fan. She's a great fan, but she doesn't have a lot of patience. Like when they're screwing up, you know what I mean? And so
McDaniel's the king of screwing up.
Oh yeah, she's starting to understand that. Wow, this guy. Why is that guy doing that? You know, she's telling me, I said, because he's not that really good. You know, he's really not that good. You know, he's probably. People are going to say in the NFL he's a good offensive coordinator.
No, he's not. He's a play designer.
He's a position coach.
He's a play designer.
I think he's a receiver coach or wide running back coach or something like that. That's it.
He's a play designer. He can design some plays for you.
Yeah, he has some good, decent creative plays.
He's me in the kitchen. You hand me the steak and the seasonings and the rice and all that, and you say, "Hey, cook," and I'm like, "What? Are you kidding me? What's wrong with you?" And that's his problem. He knows the ingredients. He actually has some ideas. He has some concepts. You know that theme that's been used. But he can't really put the plan together. He can't create a delicious meal.
And he can't
that this is why I've said the offseason change needs to be, and I don't know if he can do it or not, but I would name Frank Smith, the real offensive coordinator and the play caller. And McDaniel, since he's a relationships guy, bro, be a head coach. Be Pete Carroll. Be Pete Carroll. Go work the relationship. Somebody's doing well, pat him on the back. Another guy had a bad play. Hey, go rub him on the shoulder. Hey, come on, everything will be all right. All right, everything going on. We're good on offense, defense, special teams. You know, overall, see the game, call the game, you know, like what's going on. But let the offensive and defensive coordinators call the offense because you're incapable of being a head coach / offensive coordinator like Andy Reid. You're incapable.
Yeah.
You have proven it for 3 straight years. Again, I don't know if Frank Smith can do it, but that's who you have every week helping you design the game plan, everything, right? Let him actually become the guy and see if that works, because insanity is bringing back and doing the same thing that he can't handle. That even your wife notices.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, "What is going on now?"
Casual fans.
Yeah, casual fans. She's like, "Wow, what's going on?" But you know, think about this: if you just have like about 10 video clips, just like 5 or 10-second video clips of what McDaniel looks like on the sideline during a game, and then you compared it to 10 video clips of the Detroit Lions coach, a real coach, Dan Campbell, right? And it would be like real man and like.
Right.
Yeah.
Although even with Campbell, there's still a little too much meatheadedness.
He meatheaded this past week.
He does it all the time. He's the Tin Cup coach.
Yeah, way
Did you ever watch the movie Tin Cup?
No.
Really?
No, I didn't.
You have never seen Tin Cup?
Who's in it? Yeah, who's in it?
I'm
a half-ass golfer. I'm a half-ass fisherman. Yeah.
You need to see Tin Cup.
Who's in it? Oh, really? Oh, then I want to watch it.
It's an excellent movie.
Tin Cup. I'm downloading it tonight.
Watch it. It's an excellent movie tonight.
Cup.
When you're done, you're gonna go, "Holy shit, that's Dan Campbell in a golfing." Trust me when I'm telling you. I don't want to ruin Tin Cup for you. But the people that have watched Tin Cup, they know why I call Dan Campbell the Tin Cup NFL coach.
But what I'm saying is that Dan Campbell is a real man.
Yeah, he's a man's man.
You know, our guy, you know, he's like
he doesn't look
a little pansy like.
He's a metrosexual.
I mean, he's wearing capris on the sideline.
He's a metrosexual.
The only people that look good in capris are, you know, nice women, pretty women, right? Not our football.
No,
come on, man. He's a football coach.
Yeah,
know,
no. We have a metrosexual dude as a head coach, and he's not your atypical, you know, meatheaded head coach.
It pains me to hear that. Yeah, we're coaching football. We're not coaching like a modeling show or something like that. You know, we're whatever.
I know you want more of a Brian Flores on the sidelines.
I thought Brian Flores was fine.
Right.
I thought he was. Now, Was
he did all the other stupid shit, but I understand
he did
his attitude stuff.
His one stupid thing that he did bad, he didn't get along with the owner. Okay.
Well, no. He also did, no. He had no idea what a quarterback was.
Well, offensively, he was
like
he was
he
bad.
was so ignorant. Like, oh no, I can win without Tua. When like, no, you can't, dude.
Yeah.
And like, use your best quarterback,
But
dumbass.
but he's having success.
But he's a
in the
defensive
NFL.
coordinator.
Yeah, he reached his.
That's who he is.
That's what he is.
But
he's pretty
he
good at it
does
too.
carry himself with authority.
Yeah, like a man,
which
like
is
a
what
real
you're
man.
talking about.
Yeah, like
with authority.
Yeah, you're in charge.
It's not a matter of metrosexual or not. To be honest, it's authority.
Yeah.
And Mike McDaniel carries himself like a stoner, like
He's one of the boys.
like one of the boys.
I'm your buddy.
I'm your buddy. I'm your friend. I'm your pal. Hey, let's talk about rap music. And that's who he is. And unfortunately, there's no authority in him. So there is no respect like image there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas with Dan Campbell, even when he does something stupid, yeah, coach did something stupid. Yeah, but I'm not crazy motherfucker. I want to play for him.
Sometimes,
you know what I mean?
sometimes when he does stupid shit, it works.
Okay. It works, right?
Sometimes it doesn't.
And he's also man about it, where he says, "Yeah, I did something stupid. I did something wrong. This, that. But this is who we are. We're gonna do it again."
He's gone for fourth and
Bro, an onside kick with 12 minutes left this week.
That's stupid. That was dumb. I get it, but
you just cut it to 10, bro. Come on.
It was just too risky of a call, but
there's no reason to do
that.
But
the fourth and shorts, he's like the king of them.
No, and everybody does that now. A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, but I actually think
our guy does it and he can't run.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I get it when you can run the ball and you can knock people on their ass. Hey, 4th and 1, let's go. We're gonna knock you on your ass. You have that attitude. We're good. We're good. We're fine. I can live with that. You're the Baltimore Ravens. You're the Bears with Walter Payton. You're whatever over the years. We got the Nigerian monster. We're gonna come right at your ass.
Nigerian monster.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah. Christian
Okoye,
Kansas City.
Yeah,
Kansas City.
But I mean, when you have that tude, you can do those kind of things.
Earl Campbell.
You're gonna
get 3 yards by accident. You know what I mean? Anyhow,
the Giants with Otis Old Man Anderson, not the young one with the Cardinals. I mean, the old man. They still ran the ball, and they were going to get that 1 yard.
Talk about the Giants. The Giants have just had colossal errors.
Yeah.
Not like 1 or 2. You're talking about 5 or 6 really, really bad ones, and
but
another
that quarterback
8 or 9.
never showed you that he was a great passer at any point.
How about he's getting paid now still?
Yeah, that's
in Minnesota.
Yeah,
and Sam Darnold's like Sam Darnold.
But again, that's why environment is so important. Sam didn't have the environment, and he looked terrible.
What do you think he's going to sign for next year?
He's easily going to get 40 to 50. That's what the going rate is.
No, maybe he'll sign for 25.
No. 40 plus. No.
He's winning.
40 plus.
Winning.
He's playing well.
So where do you think he goes?
Well,
somebody needs him.
Raiders, easily. I don't know why would he go back to the Jets? Don't
no,
go back
God
there.
Help him. No. God help him.
Does he go to San Francisco where he started? Because he was in San Francisco getting his training, then went to Minnesota and took off.
But Brock, they
may not pay Brock Purdy, and they may say, "No, let's pay this guy instead." of Brock
they're
Purdy.
going to pay Brock. They're going to pay Brock.
Never know.
Yeah, they're going to pay Brock.
You never know.
I think. Look, They paid. What's his name from Trevor Lawrence? They paid Tua. They're not going to pay. An owner's not.
Maybe they ask
NFL owners.
Maybe they're asking for 50 plus, and they don't want to go there, and then they give Sam Darnold
going
40.
rate 60 now.
Well,
and what happens if Brock takes 52?
So what if Brock Purdy's asking you for 55, and you could get Sam Darnold for 43?
They pay him 55 and below.
And what if you can get Sam Darnold for 43? Who are you taking?
I'm taking Brock.
Okay.
I'm taking Brock. I think both quarterbacks are
I might
good.
take Sam Darnold over Brock right now.
Only
because Sam Darnold's been through everything already, and he has seen everything already.
You talk about resurgence of his career. I mean,
what did Rich Gannon do?
Rich Gannon, and so
Rich Gannon was a nobody in Minnesota and Kansas City,
and he
and
went to the
then
Raiders, and he became the star.
It was like 7-8 years into his career that he went to the Raiders.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith went through hell environment.
Yeah, and
then finally,
I mean, he's doing okay. He's not doing
still
great.
he's still a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
He wasn't
For
a
a couple
starter
years.
with the Jets.
And for a couple of years,
He
he's been a
started for the Jets, but he wasn't a starter.
Yeah, he was.
Now he's a legitimate middle of the road starter. 16 to 25.
Maybe Sam Darnold comes to Miami. What?
Your boy might be coming to Miami. Your boy,
Tommy DeVito.
Your boy will be coming to Miami.
You got me. Oh no, not Kurt. No, not Kirk.
Yep.
No.
They trade him to Miami like Miami traded Tannehill. Miami paid a certain portion of his salary, and they got back a fourth rounder.
Oh no!
They will pay a certain portion.
They're not going to pay the whole
fee.
No,
and then you'll pay like 10, 12, 13 million for a backup.
I like him.
I know you do.
I like him.
I don't.
No,
as a backup,
he's a great backup.
Well,
he's a great backup.
Now
I misunderstood your point. He's coming to Miami and he's going to replace Tua.
No. They need a backup.
Yeah.
And he can't stay in Atlanta now. Now when he gets he gets demoted, it gets really uncomfortable. So the Atlanta will probably move him. And if I'm Miami, I'm saying, okay, listen, if you pick up, 2/3 of his salary, right? It's like over 30. We'll take
him for $10 million as
10,
a backup.
$12 million. We'll take him as a backup so we can have a.
So Penix is starting this week, right?
Yeah,
Penix is starting. Right? So
this is it.
Yeah, but
unless Penix goes out for the next 3 games and throws 47 interceptions and no touchdowns, he looks completely lost.
He'd have to have a colossal collapse.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
So I'm just throwing you out there that your boy could be here now.
Listen,
as a backup.
And what did I say about my boy? He's
you
average.
You actually liked him as a starter.
I like him as a starter in Atlanta, and he's average, and he'll screw up at the end. He's 7-7. What's that? That's the definition of average.
It's what he is.
It's what he's 7-7 right now. I mean, think about it.
It's what he's always been, a middle of the road starter.
Yeah. Now, one last question before I leave. Hypothetical. It's almost a crazy question, but if you're the guy making the call, do you trade Darnold to the Dolphins? Do you start?
No.
You start Darnold over Tua?
You can't do that. They don't have the cap issues. They have their cap issues are.
They can't afford him.
No.
No, would you want Darnold?
No, I don't. I'm good with Tua, dude. Tua's not the problem. The philosophy of not running the ball, not being tough at the line.
That's all.
That's all the problem
I'm telling
for the
you,
Dolphins.
Both statements are accurate. Your statement is accurate. I think my statement is. I think Tua he's too fragile.
Well, but that's fine. That's fine.
He started every game this year.
Hey, Tua's fine. Hey, Tua's fine if he just does the right thing and stop doing the stupid thing.
You think he's going to just change next?
That's a problem.
Tomorrow? He's not gonna.
That I can't argue. That's one thing that I've said. There is no future with him if he's going to play like this because he doesn't have the body.
It's not a matter of if he gets hurt. It's just when.
When.
Once that happened.
That's fair.
Did we last?
That's a very fair criticism.
He could get hurt literally. Like at this point,
he's irresponsible.
And it's just weird. So I think Tua's a great person. I think he has unbelievable skills when he's healthy. But he's just not in every game.
No, because he refuses to take care of himself. You're right.
And he's fragile.
He's fragile.
I mean, think about
you're
this.
fragile and you're willing to put your body out there. I don't understand that part.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. But
doesn't make any sense.
Think about it. We drafted him and he was having hip surgery.
Right.
I don't know. I was never was comfortable with that.
I know. I get it. Neither was I.
The only thing I love about Tua is
that's the only concern I ever had with Tua was his injury history. And when they drafted, I wanted Tristan Wirfs.
Really?
And guess who has been a monster since they drafted him? Tristan Wirfs.
Oh yeah, as the first round draft pick. But who would you want as quarterback though?
No, I didn't want Herbert or Tua. I wanted Tristan Wirfs.
I know, but what do you do with quarterback?
Oh no, I would have figured out a quarterback after. But I'm saying in that draft, I'm on record. And once they took Tua, I said, okay, I know his injury history. He can play. I've never ever
competitor. wins big ones.
He
you know,
can pass the shit out of the ball, dude.
he won the national championship as a freshman.
But you've got to run a real offense around him. If you're going to put him in a position where he's got to pass all the time, he's not Marino, dude. He's not Elway. He's not Brett Favre. He's not one of those freak passers. He's a greasy, a breeze. You couldn't do that to those guys either. Yeah. You can't put them in an Elway before Terrell Davis position. Okay? Elway before, you're old enough, so you know what I'm talking about. When he had to hand off to Sammy Winder, nobody was scared. Okay? And what would happen to him? He'd get his ass kicked in the playoffs, embarrassed in the Super Bowl, because he didn't have it. When he got it, he dominated your ass. Okay? It wasn't John Elway. It's not Tua. It's just you don't run, bro. You don't run, and that's why I said this year, this offseason, it's pretty simple. You've got Patrick Paul. You've got Austin Jackson. You've got your tackles. Kendall Lamb now says he wants to come back.
Yeah.
Fantastic backup. Keon Smith got injured. That's your other young tackle you're developed. You got your swing tackles and your starters. On defense, you got Chubb and Phillips, and now you got Chop.
Yeah, Chop is
and
looking,
Kamara.
Chop's good pickup. Good draft. Good draft.
Wait till Chop is playing opposite of Phillips and Chubb.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he looks good.
And then Kamara can come around and be your fourth guy, and all of a sudden you're deep. So this draft is all about fat men. Get me a fat defensive tackle. Get me a fat-ass guard. Start moving mother effers off the line of scrimmage.
I think the offensive line is a little more – the guard is more important.
You got your center, and you got your tackles, and your backup tackles.
I think the guard's way more important.
You need to go get some guards.
Yeah, the guard is more important.
And you need to go get a fat ass next to Sealer. Take care of Sealer, too. You got your pass rushers. So put a tough sumbitch next to Sealer also. And then let's bring some toughness to this team. That's what you need to do this offseason. I'm just saying.
All comes
you're
from the
set
leader.
You're set on the outsides, actually. You've actually set yourself up on the outsides. And you're young.
So one question. 3 games left. Niners, Browns, and Jets. What do you think the Dolphins go? 3-0, 2-1?
The best thing they do is 2-0. Oh, no, they're losing one.
Yeah, it's 2-1.
And by the way, I think they're losing to the Jets. I've been saying that for a while, that they're going to split with the Jets. I think they lose in New York.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against that. Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to beat the Browns. I think. Okay. I think depending on what
I think
Vegas
2-1 at best. They do at best.
So think about it. It could be one.
Yeah. Who are they starting now? Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, but the Browns they got a bad team too.
Yeah.
Running quarterbacks are tough, but
they can run the ball.
Listen,
they can run the ball.
It could be
in Cleveland, right?
It's in Cleveland.
Oh no, they can run the ball, and it's winter.
It could be 7-10. 7-10. And
the score, you mean?
No,
the record. 7-10. Yes.
And we're going to bring them back. Shame on us. Shame on us.
They're bringing everybody back. Yes.
Yeah, shame on us. I mean, like, think about insanity. You talk about, shame on the organization. They're going to, and then what's going to happen? By week 8, we're talking about, well, if Tua didn't get injured, we'd be 6-2, but he got injured, and we're 3-3.
Yeah. When really your head coach doesn't give you any chance to win anyway.
Oh, I know. Anyhow, it's all good. Tell you, Christmas party you're in. You're in the
yes.
And if you're in there, you have to
anything so I can buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, you have
like
to
the hat. By the way,
the hat is fantastic,
isn't it?
It's very patriotic, I may add, too.
Well, there's nothing more American than Bitcoin.
Exactly.
I'm serious. I am dead for even though certain people in the government the last 4 years have been trying to make it un-American for us.
Well, they were doing a lot of things.
They were doing a lot of dirty shit, but this is freedom. This is actually like the American way. Bitcoin is like the most American thing ever.
So if you go in the money, the cash box,
you
have to wear.
How come you love your country, but you hate the people
that
that
You have to wear your Bitcoin patriotic hat.
Okay, for sure.
Because it could fall off, and it would be.
I'll tighten that bitch up.
It'll make for a good video.
I'll tighten that bitch up.
All right, man. You're in. You're in. I want that video.
I'm ready to go. I'm not blindfolded, right?
No, you're not blindfolded.
Right,
no.
All When I step in, is it going to be all hundreds?
No, it's the same as for everybody. But you don't worry, you could turn those
coins.
No. It's actually, let me tell you, so you don't get
out of there blind.
Next week, you'll be telling the viewers, be like, no, he said there'd be cash in there. There's cash, but it's
Monopoly.
It's like Monopoly money, but we pay you real cash.
Right.
So
then you're going to have the 500s and the thousands of Monopoly floating around.
No, there's a lot of
baby. No.
It's some Monopoly
maybe I
money.
can buy an entire Bitcoin if I could catch 100 of them.
It's ones and fives. We even took the 20s out.
Damn.
Ones and fives. But you can
Not
win
even
the
10s?
If you win the day off, I'll buy you a steak. All right, man. Take
Much
care.
love, my brother. Thank you. There you go. The great Steve Calabro getting it done. Love it. Be good, my brother. There you go. Oh, where are we at? Where is Bitcoin at? I think it's still in the 97 area. It's gone up, actually, because it went down in the 96 area. I could tell I haven't refreshed this. I just brought it up. It says 102. 97,418. So it's climbing back now. Good. I just want to thank those of you that sold. Appreciate it, because some of us were able to cash in a big time way. Oh, man. That is too funny. Remember, you can always make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Use the QR codes. And you can also use the QR code for PayPal, too. We always appreciate that. Thank you. Let me get to a little música, since we like doing that here on the show. Yesterday, I went to see a little Cheap Trick. So let's see what we got going on in music news. Let's start off with birthdays for musicians today. Chris Hamill, a.k.a. Lamal, vocalist for Kajagoogoo. Don't be too shy to shy. He was born in 1958. John McEwen from the country rock band Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Little Mr. Bojangles, born in 1949. Let's see who else. Alvin Lee, guitarist and vocalist for 10 Years After. Born on this date in 1944. Sadly, we lost him in 2013, in March 6th of 2013. Zal Yanofsky with the Loving Spoonful. Born on this date in 44. We lost him in 2002. Hot Times, Some in the City. Maurice White, the heart and soul of Earth, Wind, and Fire, baby. Singer, songwriter, musician, record producer, arranger, band leader, and once again, heart and soul of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay? Heart and soul. What else do we have going on? Let's go with famous folk celebrating birthdays next to musicians. Kareem Benzema, soccer player, futbolista, is 37. CEO killer Jake Gyllenhaal is 44. It wasn't that guy Luigi. It was Jake Gyllenhaal. I saw it. I'm telling you. Go look at it. It's Jake Gyllenhaal. But hey, nice job by Jake placing the blame on that guy. Let's see who else. Rosa Blasi, TV actress. She's 52. Let's see. I'm going to say this anyways. Nico Hiraga. It's a skateboarder. The fact that he's there and it's skateboard, I have no idea, but you know, I'm a old skateboarder myself with my walker board and my red line trunks, right? You know, so Alyssa Milano, happy birthday to her. She's 52. She put her picture out there on Instagram today or social media, which one I forgot. but without makeup at all. Interesting. Ballsy. She still looks good. Cicely Tyson, bless her, born in 1924. In this day, we lost her in 2021. Alexis Sanchez, futbolista. He is 36 years old. Jennifer Beals. Oh, man, that restaurant scene. What a feeling. I am horny now. She is 61. Telling you. That restaurant scene, Jennifer Beals, one of the hottest scenes in the history of movies. Okay? Jennifer, you knocked it out of the park, sweetheart. Maria Sokolov, TV actress. She is 44. Magician, Chris Angel. I know him. He is 57. Damn, he's 57 already. Wow. Holy crap. Those are birthdays. Sean Stanley, do you have any wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, sir. Delirious turns 44. Joey Gonzalez turns 22. Shoichi Arai was born on this date in 1965. We lost him in 2002. And the great Mean Gene Okerlund was born on this date in 1942. Sadly, we lost him in 2019. Those are your birthdays for December 19th, 2024.
I can't get that Jennifer Beals scene from Flashdance out of my mind now. Wow. All right, let me get back to music history. Today on December 19th, what happened in music history? 1970, Elton John's first hit in America, Your Song, entered the Billboard 100 and peaked at number 8. In 75, Ronnie, speaking of sporting wood, joined the Rolling Stones in 75. Jennifer Beals. In 2012, Billboard announced that Bruce Springsteen had the second most earning tour that year, followed by that racist pig, Roger Waters. Madonna's tour, by the way, took the top spot. In 87, Paul Simon was the musical guest on Saturday Night Live with host Paul Simon, the politician and presidential candidate. And that's what happened today in Musica history. There you go. All right. The Drew, Justin Herbert, Fire, The Flame, good song, Pony Sneakers as well. He's all over the place. I don't know. He woke up and went over, like, the Pony Sneakers conversation was from like a few days ago or a week ago or something. Then The Flame from Cheap Trick, good song. Then he throws in Justin Herbert because I was talking about Tua Justin Herbert that I wanted Tristan Wirfs. It's funny. Hilarious. Good shit. Anyway, what can I tell you? 97,648 for Bitcoin. That's what I can tell you. It's going up a little bit. Not bad. Not bad. Tomorrow morning, we are in studio, correct? We are, next Friday, we'll be at Acura, right? Yeah, so just want to make sure you guys know that. We'll be in studio, not on the road. This was our only road appearance of La Semana, and we appreciate you all as always. Thank you. For those of you that send in a super chat, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, thank you. Visit our amazing sponsors like the Laser Eye Center of Miami. Dr. Lascano and company do excellent work. You need laser surgery, please call them 305-443-4733. Great people, and they've done the eyes for my mother-in-law, my wife, my daughter, and me. Okay, we've all need some kind of laser corrective surgery, and we've all had incredible success, and we all see a hell of a lot better thanks to the Laser Eye Center of Miami. So if you guys need it, trust me, and tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you. MiamiLaserVision.com. That's MiamiLaserVision.com. All right, let's wrap it up We shall see you tomorrow, 10 a.m., same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the